Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Swimmer Sync 97. It is I, Mad Gamer the Second. I am joined by the one and only Grace.
Oh my goodness. Hello? Hi, I'm Matt. How are you doing on this lovely evening?
I am doing quite fantastic. How are you doing?
Um, I'm really good. I don't know why they let me come back on the mic again after last time when the Earth exploded, but I'm here.
Oh, I must have missed that. Must have been
Yeah.
on my moon landing or something. But anyway, our first team of the night. Sorry, Vancouver Only. And then Coke Zero with Same Great Coke Taste. I assume both of these are pickups, but these have some quite familiar names on their roster.
Um, I'm always amazed at the wonderful pickups that join us in Swimmer Sync. It is it is an honor to organize for this tournament. Shout out to Elemental, who streamed maybe the last SOS we had on stream. I forget. Streams everything. Great dude. And Luna with 3 A's on Coke Zero with same great Coke taste. They are an SOS staff member. Can you believe it?
I can. All the greatest people are.
Uh huh. Wow.
We will be getting started shortly. I believe both of these teams are just lining up their weapon picks for this match. And it looks like our first stage is going to be Makamart on Splat Zones.
Dang. Listen. Some people call Makomart the white bread of all maps. And to that I say you're right. But white bread is still like bread. And it's still edible. And it's still good. So I'm never that mad when I see it.
I would say it makes one of the best PB&Js.
Oh, really?
I don't know why, but white bread in particular was really good on a PB&J sandwich.
I've had a few of those in my day. Just a few though.
It is quite literally my bread and butter for
Oh.
meals at work.
Do you make them like on the clock? Yes or no?
No, I usually pack it ahead of time, but that is getting off the point here. Although you could probably make a good PB&J as we are going to the Macro Mart. Probably some stuff in the Squid universe you can make a PB&J.
That is so true. My favorite is it. I think it might be this map. My favorite call out is melons. Do we still call it that? Is that like that's one of them? Melons. It's just melons. Like why? Why did they do that? So hopefully, although we do not have access to them, in the team call out chats, they are saying I'm getting flanked on melons because I think that's hysterical. I think we should normalize melons on all map modes. Really.
I mean, it certainly makes sense for the Makamart, the supermart that it is.
It could make sense anywhere if you try really hard, but
That
honestly,
is true.
something that I really like about Mako is how it really enables like aggression and stuff, but it's still pretty divisive if there's like a backline or some supportive weapons. Yeah, I think that's why it's the white bread though, because anything can really work.
Absolutely, it has got that nice balance for all the playstyles. They don't appear to be any backlines in these comps today, although we do see the double splash versus the double ten attack. The
Lord.
battle of metas here.
I mean, it is SOS, so you already know how it's gonna go. I do love to see a junior though on the side of Vancouver Only, proving that proving that maybe if you just have so much paint that they cannot function, then maybe you will win, you know?
It does make a good addition for Splat Zones. As you said, the paint output is just phenomenal for the junior. Just having the bubbler can just adds a little bit, couple seconds to the zone when you need to. We are seeing the missiles coming out from that pseudo backline to Flingza, but they are going to be returning with their ink strikes, just trying to cap that zone back as we are getting below the 50-point mark.
For sure. Unfortunately, though, Vancouver does go 2 down. They're definitely going to have to give up that zone there, yeah. But the junior, with the help of one of the splashes, one of the many splashes we will probably see, they do back up there, of course. And honestly, I think that was the right call, too. Like, sometimes you got to know when to give in.
Sometimes it's better just to live another day and come back for the regroup.
For sure. The crab. we will see many crabs, of course, in this in this tournament today. But they do go 2 down. Coke Zero, wonderful name again. Getting some jumps in, you know I love to see it. They're probably gonna come back in here from that top left, and oh, Bazooka gets one on the stack. That
was a
junior.
nice pick right there, and they're going to be
Yeah.
following up with that Ink Strike too. It looks like they're just not able to cap it, but they do eventually. And they do have a little bit of a penalty, but not quite as much as they were able to put onto Sorry Vancouver. So they still have a fighting chance, but Vancouver is fighting back rather ferociously. That's going to be 2 more members of Coke Zero down.
Ferocious indeed. That crab does not want that T-Tech over there. They do not want that strike on them. And they do get them, which is pretty good for them. Even though they are going to pop, the other T-Tech's going to pop that strike. It doesn't look like it's going to do much for him here, except maybe help him get that right stack. Oh!
Yeah, with the nice double with the bomb, and plus the double from
Yeah.
before, they are quite staggered, and that is going to be a total of 3 members down. Yeah, this is not looking good. They're down to 30 points for Sorry Vancouver, and they have no penalty points standing in their way.
That strike coming in though. That strike buff was crazy. Listen. I'm glad it's getting more love, but it's really crazy. Hopefully they can try and cap here. They do get 1 down. Oh, it's gonna be close.
It's tight right now. There are 2 members down, but they're jumping in, trying just to keep it painted. But the spawns are coming in, and it's just too much for them to hold on to.
Listen, the junior double splash and flings. Was that a flingza, right?
That was a flingza.
Yeah, I mean, that's just hard to beat. Elemental. Shout out to Elemental again. Love you, dude. But yeah, a battle of the meta for sure. But I mean, I still enjoy seeing some of the less meta picks. If you can even call them less meta, but
I mean, we did see a crab tank on the side of or was it Coke Zero? They had the double Tenatech, but they still had that Splat Dually as well. Still had that crab in the mix.
Yeah, I think dualies are such a very fun weapon, and I was really sad when they fell out of the meta back in Splatoon 2. You know,
especially
but
considering they're like the poster boy of weapons for Splatoon 2.
Yeah. I also feel bad about Tri-Stringer. I don't know if anybody's using that bad boy. I'm looking at my Splatoon 3 amiibo right now with the Tri-Stringer.
It has yet to find its place for sure. It doesn't have quite the range to compete with some of the more hardcore backlines like the E-Leader.
Yeah, I mean, and E-Leader is so prominent right now too, which is pretty cool. And I think that was expected coming into Splatoon 3, especially because of those Twitter posts where it was like, look at the range, and it was like across the whole map, you know.
I think also just the fact that we've had E-Leaders in the past 2 games versus the mechanics for the Tri-Stringer are brand new, so it takes a little bit more time just to get used to that. So like, it is easier to pick up the E-Leader than the Tri-Stringer, but it can be rewarding once you do know how to use the Tri-Stringer effectively. Yeah,
I mean, also, I'm always for picking weapons that look funny and or cool. The Tri-Stringer looks like really funny. Like, I love it. I'd love to just, like, imagine lugging that thing around.
Oh, man. That'd be amazing.
Anyways, what were we talking about? Tower Control Inkblot Art Academy. Again, this is a white breader right here, but, like, who made these, rounds, like, the maps? It probably wasn't me. It was. I did do that. It's my bad.
Well, they certainly picked some of the good ones for Splatoon 2. I think, yeah, Inkblot is just another fine map. It's got a good balance for all the different playstyles that you have so far. But we're going to be coming back in pretty much... Oh, is that 96 there before? I don't think they had a 96 before.
Oh my goodness. Is that 2 gals? Well, like, you know, the bigger one, but there's 2 of them. Wow.
Indeed. They swapped out one of their Tenatechs for the other gal, so they're going to be running the 52 and the 96 in this match.
That's really interesting. And they're starting off really, really passive here. They were all kind of sitting on their plat, and they kind of let Vancouver take mid there. I wonder if that's going to backfire and going into this push.
And they are a man down as well. That is one thing you don't really want to do when you're going against, well, even like any sort of backline, but especially with the flinks, if you let them sit in their own side and just get paint, you're gonna be having some missiles on you pretty soon.
Honestly, they played it super calm, cool, and collected like there on that defense. I mean, they did clear the checkpoint, but they didn't get much farther than that.
That is true, and they are already on their way to their own checkpoint. We do see the 52 there on their plat. It has the wall, but unfortunately they get shut down before they can really use it, but they have passed the checkpoint and have taken the lead as well.
Yeah, nice. Unfortunately, their tower rider does go down, and somebody's trying to get up on that rail to get to the bats, but it doesn't look like it. They're 2 down, kind of straggling here, but hopefully they can get back into... Oh! Yo, the double!
The nice double right there.
That was really good. Luna's like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna back up back to plat after that.
Now see, if we have a call out like bats, we can totally make melons a standard call out for a lot of maps.
Yeah.
We already see Vancouver back on the tower trying to push back to that second checkpoint, but they are getting some heavy fire coming out, and that's going to be 2 down for both sides actually, so it's going to be a bit even, but the tower is going to be resetting the mid here.
Yeah, and honestly, oh, that crab on tower. Listen, Luna, I support you. SOS staff members, unite, you know? But yeah, they don't get to jump out. So sorry, Luna. But yeah, again, like Vancouver is coming back in hot. They don't have that checkpoint to go through anymore, so hopefully this push can be stronger for them.
Yeah, this second checkpoint here is like one of the harder ones because it's like right in that low spot. You have so many places where the defense can just lob bombs on you, but once you do get past that second checkpoint, it's gonna give you a nice lead because you have that smooth sailing to the last one.
Yeah, definitely. I think the little garlic or the mushroom, as many people have called that little thing on the plat, you know, it serves as good cover, but it's also just kind of awkward. You can't really see anyone.
Awkward.
Yeah. So that's what I struggle with pushing on that. But it looks like maybe they also struggled with him because the little onion that is, because they are gonna get a counter push against them here from Coke Zero, and they do just go 1 down, losing the junior. No, the junior, the crab on the onion. Let's go.
Ooh, but they're gonna be knocked off by the ink fact shot, and they're gonna have to back up there. But they have another crab in position. Redcap here just trying to camp the crab there, but they don't quite get the shot, and they're going to be taken down. Looks like that's going to be end of that push right there, and still have yet to take the tower. And 3 members down, just the 96 left. They are definitely going to have to back up here.
Yeah, and I mean, they have been playing, like I said before, their opening was a little passive, and they know when to back off, which I think serves them really well here. And I think they're very capable of getting another push here, but they just kind of have to play towards that passiveness when they have to.
I think having like the 96, they do outrange the other comp by just a little bit, so that allows them to have sort of like that passive range advantage, but with the double splash there, just the sheer aggressiveness is slowly just pushing them back. They have yet to take that lead back for them. 35 is not a bad lead, but on this map can be difficult to surpass.
Definitely, and like we said, like those that plat, those checkpoints can go really fast, and it can spiral out of control really quickly on Inkblot. So I think like they're gearing up for a push here with the strike, and if they just kind of get into that bats, lock them out, it could turn over very quickly for Vancouver.
Missiles are coming out. They are trying to knock them off the tower, but they are holding it. 2 members of Vancouver are down, and they do get the checkpoint. Just 10 points away from that lead in the last 20 seconds of the match, so they're fighting for it here.
Yeah, let's see if Redcap can clutch it out. Maybe, listen.
Oh, 1 point away.
The whale coming out,
He's alive. There's jumps coming in. And they take the lead.
Bruh.
3 members on tower in 5 seconds. I think they have this.
That was really good. Oh my god, I'm actually very surprised. No offense to you, Redcap. Of course I believed in you.
There's a time to back up, but they knew that was in it, and they stayed on the tower until they took that lead back, and they did it so well.
That was crazy.
That was certainly crazy.
Honestly, it was very back and forth that game. Not to I feel like that gets said all the time, like on commentary, but Honestly, for Inkblot, those leads were kind of like weak sauce, you know? Like in like the
Mm-hmm.
30s, I feel like I always get KO'd on TC Inkblot, or like I'm the one KOing sometimes. So it just kind of goes
Yeah.
to show that these two pickups, I mean, unless they have these lovely team names, which they are lovely. um,
Yeah, well, that's half it right there. Just the name, like the name embodies the matchup.
uh-huh. It's really good. I do have to wonder, is it Vancouver only? Are there only people from Vancouver in that team?
Oh, that is an interesting question, and I'm curious about the Cali at the end there.
I thought that was Canada. Like CA? Like,
Oh, you right, you right.
do you think
That
it's
makes so much more
California?
sense.
Okay, okay. Our lovely streamer here, Boing. Boing Loing. Love Boing. They have let us know that it was like the emoji for like Canada, so like the flag or something. And then, but it,
Uh,
the script can't really pick that kind of stuff up, so that makes
right.
sense. I was confused why I said sorry Vancouver only and then Canada. Like they had to specify. Like we wouldn't have known.
Like, sorry, Vancouver, only Canada. Like, huh?
Oh wow.
But
They're
that, yeah,
they're
that
like they're killing Vancouver.
that just makes so much more sense, though.
Did you really think did you really think it was
Yeah, I thought that was the abbreviation for California. Like, I did it. It
no.
didn't occur to me. Like, oh wait, Vancouver, Canada. That would make sense to a sensible person, but apparently not to me.
Listen.
But we are
That's
getting to
okay.
this third match, and we haven't even talked about Museum Raymaker. I think that is
Oof.
Raymaker. Yes.
Listen. I have recently learned that this is like the juniors playground. Museum is a really good map for junior because you kind of just spam bombs if you're going for that playstyle, which you probably are. You kind of just sit by that spinner and you spam bombs at them, and then like, what are they gonna do? Dodge them? No,
Mm-hmm.
probably not.
I saw some nice
Ooh,
junior plays on zones on this map as well, as they
yeah,
basically take up a quarter of the zone with that bubbler, so they can just pop the bubbler, throw 2 bombs, and the zone is theirs.
yeah. That junior actually killing that ink pack. I'm surprised. I always lose junior 1v1s with the ink pack. Great on them there. Unfortunately, the Rainmaker does go down, but they can still gear up. They can like insta pop that, you know?
Yeah, they still have the man advantage. The rest of Coke Zero is coming back from spawn here. They're so close to that checkpoint, and they can certainly get it if they can get the picks here. They do lose 2 of the members in the process, but they're still going for it.
Yeah, I love, love, love the aggression, and I think you kind of have to play Rainmaker like that. Like use the Rainmaker like a little nuke. Like you
Mm-hmm.
know, like don't play too passive with it. And I think I just realized they have the soda tacticaler, right? Um, so that'll probably help them out a lot there, especially when you're trying to make that jump from the spinner to the plat. They didn't go for that, but they did go for the lead.
There we go. They are so close to that checkpoint as well. They weren't able to get it,
I know.
but they did get the lead there. Although 60
Nice.
is not the winning push right there. Or maybe it could be, depending on how this plays out. But oh no, they are going to be pushing that lead even further.
Oh yeah. Unfortunately, they do go down. That top right, when they're pushing in, is such a strong position. Like, shout out to you, Elemental. Love you too. Again, shout out to Elemental. Wonderful streamer. Love them.
Looks like sorry Vancouver is going to be taking back a lot of mid here, prepping for their next push. They want that checkpoint back. They weren't happy with that last push, and they're going to be coming back for it, but they do lose their crab with the nice flank from Clouds here, and they do take out 2 other members, or at least 1 other member, and so that's going to stall out their push just for the meanwhile.
Yeah, and I mean, honestly, that lead isn't too hot. Like, you could definitely come back from that. They barely made it past the pillow there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they went for the jump. Oh, nice, nice. I love, it's so satisfying getting that, jumping from that spinner onto the flat to get the checkpoint. It's so satisfying.
Absolutely, the stars align, and so did the spinner, but they have 2 members down, and they aren't quite able to get that lead back, but they are slowly making their way towards it. But they take the Rainmaker and run, not allowing them to get those points back.
Honestly, controversial move, but I think that was a pretty smart move on their part, honestly. Like, sometimes you just can't risk losing the lead in Rainmaker because it totally spirals from there and you can't get it back.
Yeah, and considering they still had their other 3 members, like it would be different if they were like already 2 down and they did that, but they still had a solid defense to keep them
Yeah.
from pushing that back, and it just delayed them by so much, and they still haven't been able to get that lead back.
Yeah, unfortunate. Their Rainmaker carrier there opted to go to the right, which I think that could have been a really good play there, but they just got completely stopped, you know, that bubbler got shredded and then that push was totally dead from there.
Indeed, Clouds has been just lurking in that area for the most part of that defense and took out 2 members, just effectively taking the wipeout there. And now Redcap is going to be trying to push their lead even further, up to 36 here. And that's going to just push that Rainmaker deep into their territory as we get into this last minute.
Yeah, honestly, I'm a firm believer in many things, but I'm a firm believer in just running with that Rainmaker and getting a better lead, like as much as you can, especially towards that little pillow area, because it's so easy to just like accidentally let the little Rainmaker slip by. So whatever points you can get, just get them.
Yeah, there's something to be said for a well-planned and well-executed single push, but then sometimes just running your face against the Rainmaker constantly will win you the game, because it makes the Rainmaker just have to be popped over and over again and just stalls out the game, especially when you have that lead already.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, there was kind of like a 2v2 situation there, and then they pop out the crab. Oh, and the Junior again, they just kind of jumped in there to try and get those points like we were talking about, but unfortunately it just didn't really work out for them. Oh, Luna did kite back there behind the pillow a little bit to try and get it away from their opponents, but that might backfire on them. They might grab it. Oh, no. Good job, Luna.
Cook Zero was able to win that pop, and I think that would allow them to hold on to their victory for this match. And that's going to give them the set as well, going 2-1 against Vancouver. But nonetheless, that was definitely down to the wire in that last match.
Yeah, and that's what I really love about playing Rainmaker. Maybe not playing, because it can be a little nerve-wracking, you know, but watching Rainmaker is always really great. And I love seeing clips from it where people just get like a clutch, like a clutch pop or like a clutch retake, and then they just win the game from there. Like it's a very divisive mode.
Oh yeah. Like, I personally do not enjoy playing Rainmaker, but it is one of the most entertaining modes to watch.
Oh my god. I can't believe it. Wow.
Listen, I am as a Splatling and Anchor player, I don't do well in Rainmaker. I'll just tell you right now.
Oh, no,
if
yeah.
you make me
I
swap
get
off
it
my
now.
baby, I don't enjoy the mode.
Listen, it all makes sense now. Oh my goodness, what is this beautiful graphic? Was this made by the JPEG of Inkling Performance Labs, also on the Twitter? The Twitter. Playlo Inc. Oh, this is gorgeous. What the? This is great.
For all you wonderful viewers, you don't have to do the exclamation point bracket. We have the bracket for you right here. And I think I was hearing that we have one of the highest turnouts in quite a while. A good number of teams have signed up for tonight's SOS.
Oh yeah. Also very stacked. Like we got I think it's like, is it QuantMum? It could be. I think it's a QuantMum or something like that. Hold on, let me find it. Hold on. It's somewhere. Hold on, somebody hold on. You got it. I'm mad. Group B. They got a bye? I'm so sorry. They got a bye this round, but yeah, Sonder, QuantMum, Tempest. I also see Espresso, Makashera, you know, NKT. A lot of teams that I recognize. Healthy diet food groups. Oh my gosh. If we can, we have to stream them. They keep getting knocked out of round 1 of Great White. And then I keep saying to myself, oh, I'll get them the second round because like I really want to put them on stream. And then they get knocked out in like a 2-3. Like I keep disrespecting them, and I need to not do that. What do you think about how the groups are turning out so far? I mean, it's only round 1, but you know.
I see. Well, we have quite a few of the 3-0s, the 2-0s, but then we still have quite a few like the 1-1s, the 2-1s. Like it's still some pretty even showings right here, and these are just the numbers. Like we have no idea how the matches themselves went. Like we had 2-1 here, but they were pretty tight. Like it could have gone either way.
Yeah, I mean, we can see, yeah, like you said, a few of those 2-1s here. One that sticks out to me is Sonder going 1-2 against Duck, or sorry, going 2-1 against Duck Horizon. Who's Duck Horizon? I love the name, but like, if you win a game against Sonder, that's like a big deal. It's not just like, we know Sonder. Come on.
I probably like the teams that we just witnessed. There's probably a few like incognito teams posing as pickups here, because there's some pretty creative names in this set here.
I don't think I'll say it's my personal favorite, but one of my favorites we have right now is https youtube.com.
That was the first thing I saw was the YouTube link. I was like, huh.
And guess who it is? Chase 247.
Oh.
The Chase 247, who I will not link in the chat, but somebody can link it in the chat. Actually, the auto mod might get you. My bad. Maybe don't. Maybe don't link it in the chat.
Yeah, let's not anger the auto mod.
But yeah, Tetris player. They might play some other stuff too, but I mainly know them as a Tetris player. Awesome content creator. I think it's so funny whenever they sign up with like some pickup and it has Chase 247 in it. Like,
I mean, it's free promotion. Like, it's an excellent strategy right there. Like, even if you don't make it far in the tournament, you get your name out.
Yeah, and I think it's very important because Splatoon is a very it's a pretty tiny title compared to a lot of other games. Like, a lot of other gaming communities, you could probably pick out some players and stuff and content creators, but Splatoon can be a little bit different for competitive players, at least.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do we know? Oh, we do know! Wow, Boing. You're just better than everyone. You're so cool, Boing. But yeah, it looks like our next match here, they're not quite ready for us yet, but unless you need like a little bathroom break, we can just keep talking, I'm sure everybody loves hearing the sound of my wonderful voice and your wonderful voice.
Oh, I am good to go. I wouldn't want to deprive our viewers of these wonderful commentators.
Oh my goodness, you're so right. Dorito dust versus From the Deep. Dorito dust. Listen.
You can remove the verses and then it is quite the title on its own.
Listen, I'm all for some alliteration, so I wholeheartedly support Dorito Dust here. Is From the Deep a newly formed team? I feel like I kind of recognize the players on it.
Possibly.
But yeah, Scorch Gorge Clam Blitz. That's gonna be our first game here in round 2. Swim or Sink 97. Can you believe it?
Oh, I can believe it. I feel like Clam Blitz on Scorch has become like a staple for some of these tournaments. Like maybe that's just because we got plenty of content coming down the line, and this is one of the few we have that is. It is a nice map mode, I must say.
Yeah, I kind of struggle on it a little bit. I don't know what throws me off. It might be like the weird skull, like in the middle of it sometimes. It might be like the weird basket thing, like near that like little plat area. But I don't know. It's a good one, but I still struggle on it. That's a trend for me.
That is totally fair. I'm just looking at these team names here. I feel like I recognize Toasty, but that is about it.
Oh my goodness. I recognize a lot of people here. First of all, Toasty and Wolf. previously on SOS staff. So um, yeah, they're pretty wonderful. They both of which have also streamed SOS. Toasty is on Rolling Squids. They're also at Purdue. So shout out to Purdue. Love Purdue. Um, but yeah, Wolf, I think they might be in FA right now. I recognize Bovis from Prism. I mean, I don't think Prism is still a thing. but but that is where I recognize Bovis from. PTW, Clue, Aloe, I recognize all these people. Zaya too. Um, this is a really good match. Shout out to the staff members who picked this out. I feel like this is going to be kind of tight here. Like I recognize these players and I think it's going to be pretty tough.
Oh, excellent. I am looking forward to it. We have, like, just a set in particular. Philander Heights, it is one of the newer maps to be added, so I think zones, I'm still trying to figure that out as well, but it is a lot of fun to see some of the strats going on to that. But that is going to be in our second match here. And of course, Tower Control and Hagglefish, another up-and-coming staple of the game.
Yeah, as a junior player, I love Tower Control. And I really like Hagglefish. I think it's... People have been... Oh, I almost burped. People have been saying that it's like a pretty solid map that they added for Splatoon 3. But I'm gonna shut up about Hagglefish. Scorch Gorge! Clam Blitz! Woo!
Ooh, we've seen a heavy splatling. I know which team I'm rooting for now.
Yes, I admittedly am not super kept up with a lot of people sometimes, from the transition to Splatoon 3 to Splatoon... Oh, Splatoon 2 to Splatoon 3. You know what I mean. And I'm glad to see Clue is back on the try. I remember that they were a nasty try player back when I was competing a lot more, but yeah, and you see two of the players from Dorito Dust, horrible name. I mean, wonderful name, sorry. Do go down there. They're trying to strike to keep some distance between them and from the deep, but it's not looking too good here. They're getting some clams too.
Yeah, this early part of the game, especially for such a large map like this, is just trying to find some footing. As you know, there's not a whole lot of clams spawned out yet, and there's not really a good time to make a push, but you're going to be seeing just a lot of scuffles going back and forth, and we already see members going down left, right, and center, but not quite enough to really get a push going yet.
Yeah, and that strike coming out hopefully can get some space for them, but the person who did strike just went down. Clue sweeps that person right back up though, as expected of them. It looks like somebody... Player? Bro, who is that? Anyway. Well, they went down anyway, so thank you, Clue. I was very confused.
They were able to take out that try with them, but again, like, just not many clams in possession yet. They just they get picked up, but then get lost almost immediately. Just, I don't know whether it's clamless or just this map in general, but you get so many firefights just going on different parts of the map.
Yeah, really. I find it to be kind of hard to push until you get like 2 down. I could also just be doing it wrong though, so maybe don't take my word on it.
Oh, you don't really, like, what was it? The Reef from Splatoon 2. You don't really have any, like, back alleys to send your brush down. It's like there's only the one area, or the one way to go to get to the basket. I mean, you could go over grates, but if you got a backline watching it, they're just not going to make it that far.
Yeah, very, very good point. That is probably why it's really... Not probably. That is why it's really hard to push here when you only kind of have that one entrance, but the second entrance is too visible for flanks and stuff. Oh, Bovis does not care. Unfortunately, does get picked off by Clue on the try here. But again, like we were talking about, as soon as you flank, they just kind of have eyes on you. Like, what do you do about that?
Like, the brush is one of the few that can make it, but there's just not a whole lot of cover. Like, even once you get across the bridge.
Yeah, it's tough. Yeah.
Dorito did have some clams going. They were trying to make the power clam, but they lost too many members before they could make something happen. We're already, like, down to 2 minutes and neither team has scored yet, but I don't feel like that's unusual.
I also feel like that's not unusual, but again, I could be playing it wrong.
Ooh,
3
but
down.
This could be 3 down. The brush, Bova is the last one up, and they're doing a good job of keeping that area clear, but they are the last man standing, and From the Deep is able to just collect clams at leisure here until the rest of Dorito Dust respawns. here's the try, just cleaning up that brush and trying to find an opening to get into the basket.
Yeah, and I think hitting over those ledges here with the try is really. Oh, Clue,
Oh.
no. Commentators curse. Oh no. Because of that two down, and it looks like the splash there does get the better end of one of the players there on from the deep. It looks like they're gearing up to make a push. They need some more clams though. Come on now. They got that power clam, but you're gonna need more than that.
They did have the 2 in reserve, so they could potentially win off of this. They were able to get more than just the power clam in. But yeah, there's not a whole lot of follow-up. They did lose 2 of their members, and the brush is here. Oh, they do make the flank. They were able to get in a couple more from the backside as we get into those last minutes. And with how things have been going, that might be the winning push right there if they're able to hold this defense.
It is. It's funny that you say that because you're very right. That could be the winning push here. Um, but honestly, it looks like the clam economy is looking pretty in from the deep's favor here. As I say that, 2 of them do go down, but that splash has still got a pretty amount of clams there, so maybe they can make a comeback. They still got that pity too.
They do indeed, and they really don't need too many to bring it back. Like, it was a 1 power clam and then what, 3 more? But unfortunately, they are going to be... They have the Dorito dust on their front door, and they're going to have to dislodge them before they can really be moving into their area.
Yeah, and it looks like Clue there, that was a really good flank by them from the Greats, coming around, trading out, but still getting them out of their base there to try and alleviate some of that pressure. Hopefully that can open up a little opportunity for them, given that 2 of them are down, but they also go 2 down. That's so unfortunate. It looks like, yeah, it looks like they just didn't really have a lot of time there.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, overtime. It's like 30 seconds or something, so.
yeah, that was unfortunate. They did have something going, but with just the well-placed bombs were able to take out the carrier of that super clam, then there wasn't really a whole lot for the rest of the members to do, and the time just ran out. But like Scourge Gorge, it's so huge. It's hard to get something going when you have so few options. I think that they were able to get as many clamps at the end was pretty impressive.
Yeah, and I think their both of the teams' defense were pretty strong, and that's I think the map enables a pretty good defense too. Like it has a lot of ledges where you can kind of kill whoever
Mm-hmm.
tries to score into the basket, which again is like why it's so hard to score on this map. But very very close there.
I think like clambless in general, you tend to need to have a little bit of aggression. Like patience is key, but aggression for trying to just make an opening, you can't really sit on your hands the whole game, or you'll just go into overtime as we saw there. But it is hard to, I don't know, get that momentum going. Like we just when you have members going down left, right, and center, it's hard. But Splat Zones, on the other hand, you get one solid lock, and then you have such a good position for the good part of the game, especially for Flounder Heights. You get on that top ground is rather difficult to get up to them.
Yeah, and those walls are really dicey. It's really tough to tell if somebody's flanking up on those walls unless point sensor and try a strike and everything. But something that I think is really going to help turn the tide from the deep here is Clue on the try. And you might be thinking, Grace, is it because you like Try Slosher? Yes. Yes. But
Mild
also,
bias in there.
it really helps with the walls, and I think Inkjet also goes crazy here. I think it's really going to help address a lot of the difficulties a team would have on this map mode, trying to get back in and also trying to defend. So I'm interested, knowing that, I'm interested to see what Dorito Dust is going to pull out too.
See, I am as far from a try main as physically possible, and I have to
Wow.
agree with you there. The buckets I've seen some phenomenal plays from bucket players on this map. They have such a good advantage, like you said. They just to be able to use the ledges to their advantage with the
10?
sloshes.
Sorry, I'm mad. 10
No,
to
you're good.
Umbrella?
That is wow.
Bovis, you're testing me here, bro. Bro, that shield is gonna like clip through the floor or something, as we've seen the many clips on everywhere. But yeah, Clue busting out that try like I was thinking. But yeah, both of these comps service Flounder pretty well, so it's gonna be a tough matchup.
They're certainly getting spicy with it here. We do see the double T-Tech coming out from the deep here, and that we've already seen the Tri-Strike do some damage, but on this map and mode, ooh, it's going to be a bugger to fight against. But the Tentabrella, I am curious to see what they do with it.
Well, they died, which is probably not even their fault. It probably clipped through the floor or something, or maybe the clipping helped them because from the deep they were just 3 down. They're all coming back from their spawn now. It's going to be tough to break back in here because of those tri-strikes. You're going to be able to tell that they're on the wall. Yeah, like I said, they see that Clue's coming back in from that wall, and they just get them immediately because they know how much of a threat it is on this map mode.
Absolutely, and that was going to be 3 down with only the Tentabrella remaining for the side of Dorito. So they're still going to be going at it, but they do go down, unfortunately.
They probably took out their shield and it didn't come out.
Oh, but they do have those beacons. We did see Toasty try to jump in and make some plays, but will be kicking down as well. Hitchbot is just on the warpath here, locking down this corridor, not allowing him to get back in, and from the deep will be taking this lead here.
Yeah, it looks like somebody flanked around the side to try and make something happen there, and while it did get somebody down, it didn't really service them too much in retaking that zone. And it looks like Bovis is going to go for the same play here, and I think it'll be a lot more successful given that they have that tent, the umbrella.
They were trying to work something happen. They do stall out the zones to take the left one there, and with the Ink Strike coming out, they might just take the other one as well. Now that's going to be a nice pick right there, so that's going to give them a solid man advantage as they move into just cap these zones. And we need to see, again, the beacons. I forgot that the Tentabrella has beacons, and beacons are so good for this map.
Yeah, very, very, very true. I struggle against beacons on this map.
I am still waiting for the Krakon to make his appearance, the roller with the beacons, and I'm hoping it gets the Crab Tank, but that is my dream project right there. And it looks like for Doritos is able to take that lead right back, and with 2 members down, while they did lose the zone, they are still in solid control of this upper area.
Yeah, and I'm happy to see Bovis here being able to. Oh, I saw that. I see that beacon. That's a banger beacon right there. That's really good. And I think a lot of the reason for this pick here is to kind of open up mid with that umbrella, and I think also to kind of like go down that ramp there, you know, into their spawn, because it just you just have to shred it or get crushed, or not go that way.
Yeah, Bovis has been doing a solid job on this right zone here. Like, we saw him flanking up, trying out on the offense, but then once he gets on that zone, as you said, just having that Tender Shield going down that ramp there, and the beacons as well, it's super hard to dislodge him, and it looks like Dorito is going to be taking game 2 because of it.
Yeah, and while I, was visibly, or not visible, you can't see me, hopefully not, audibly, I was audibly surprised by the tent pick. It serviced them very well, and I'm glad that it did. Like, bust out more umbrellas. I love seeing umbrella. I think it's such a fun weapon,
100%. It is such fun to watch. Now we will be going to this third match. It is a play L3, but Dorito will be taking the set for this set. And so we'll have to see if they're able to clutch up the third one as well for later down the line, or will From the Deep be able to take a game off of Dorito Dust? We'll have to see. This is Tower Control on the Hagglefish Market.
Oh yes. Interested to see picks here too. Although I was a try enthusiast in Splatoon 2, I don't really know how try works here, and we've seen Clue only bust that out so far. So I'm interested to see if they will continue to bust it out. Because again, I think also sloshers are very fun to watch, and I like when people take out fun weapons and not just shooters.
I'd have to agree with you there. And there are certainly some good spots for just this map mode and as well. And just Tri Slusher can do some serious damage for both defense and offense. Like I wouldn't say it was my first pick for tower control, but I think it worked rather well for Hacklefish.
Yeah, yeah. I'm very excited to watch this though, because even though some haters out there will be like, well, now it doesn't matter because we already lost the set. Nay, nay. Nay, nay. Those tiebreakers can be brutal, y'all. Those group stage tiebreakers can be brutal. So taking a game off of a team when you can, it really does count. And it could be the difference between you making, uh, I don't know, Mako or Lantern, you know?
Absolutely. And it is only the game two. We still have another set to go. So like you said, just even one game could make the difference.
Yeah, and I think staying motivated to keep doing well, even if you're not doing so hot in the group stage, is kind of what SOS is all about.
Wow, absolutely. And we're going to be seeing the E-Leader make his appearance as well as a Tetrajulie.
Bovis. Bovis still on the tent umbrella. I love it. I love it so much. These comps are pretty interesting. I like it. Of course, you see, the T-Tech splash. The Tetra's clue. I see you. I see you. That is such a fun pick. Opens up mid. They do go down, but again, Tetras are great for opening up engagements.
Yeah, both of these comps are looking rather fine. We do see the return of the vanilla dualies for that crab tank, but still a dualies. And we see the, the slashing machine for that Booyah Bomb. Like, all these are solid picks for tower control. Like, even with the Tenta umbrella, it has that ink vac, which, as we've seen, is super effective when you're sitting on the tower.
Yeah. Unfortunately, though, it looks like they're going to get completely pushed off of that tower there. Bovis. Is that an ink vac I see? Okay, Bovis. But yeah, you just get totally canceled out by that Tri-Strike. Shout out to the Tri-Strike nerf. Sorry. Nerf! Buff! The buff it got.
That's going to be the one checkpoint, and down to 50 for Dorito does a solid opening push. But From the Deep is not done yet. They're going to be pushing back in until they lose two of their members and have to back up again.
Let's go, Wolf. That was such a good double. Totally like canceled out what they were trying to do there and trying to push up on their on that left side. But from here, it looks like they're going to start up another push. And I think this one will be more successful if they can clutch out some more picks here.
Oh, we do see two more members go down once again, including that Tetrajulie that was sitting on that right box there. Haven't gotten past the checkpoint already. They're going to be able to get ready to go on to the second checkpoint, and we see the Crab getting popped on the tower with the ink vac following up way up in their base. They are making some moves here.
That's awesome, and I'm speaking of moves, I see Toasty with that movement. Shout out to Toasty. That ink vac all up in their base. I'm all for getting all up in somebody's grill in their spawn. It's not only intimidating, but like it works most of the time. And it's working for them right now.
And they comboed it with their Tenta Shield so well. They were able to launch that, and between that and the ink vac, no one could sit down on that plat. So that just ate up time, and they're going to be getting the KO because of that.
Yeah, that super amazing offense there from the lovely name pickup Dorito Dust. And they close out the set with a 3-0, which again helps with tiebreakers.
Absolutely, this is going to certainly help them out later down the line as we get set for the top cut. That was a lot of fun to watch. We like the crazy comps we saw coming out, and they worked. Like they weren't just crazy; they worked, and we love to see it.
Yes, I love when off meta, or I love when cool weapons do cool things. I guess I'll just say that. And I really like when you can confidently stick to a weapon, even if it doesn't work completely, but because you know that you yourself can work with it.
Mm-hmm.
Very romantic. Yeah.
Absolutely. And we see this wonderful scoreboard once again. Looks like a lot of teams have already finished their sets. No, see, now we're seeing a lot more 3-0s on this set than we did in the last one.
I just realized, do the sets like glow when they're not finished? Who made this? Shout out to JPEG, who I know made this. I lied. This looks so good. Are you kidding me? But yeah, this is so very helpful. With the scallop took a game off of QuantMum, as you can see there, top right corner, Group B. What the heck?
Oh my.
I mean, let me look at QuantMum's.
Yeah, let's take a gander at that roster. That is quite impressive.
Power Zero, Hunty, and Henry. If for some reason, excuse me, if for some reason Hunty is watching this, I just want you to know I was at the Big Dapple and I saw you and I was too nervous to say hi, and I hope you're doing well. You're a wonderful player.
Oh man.
Oh my god, I was about to say, is our round 3 ready? Can you believe it? Bowling is literally better than everyone you've ever met in your life.
Oh yes, we are getting ready for round 3. We are non-stop SOS tonight. Can't get rid of us.
You cannot get rid of us. And I also cannot get rid of these match disputes I keep getting notifications for. I hope the staff are okay.
Like, sorry, I am off duty. I am here entertaining the people tonight.
Oh, wow. I love whenever teams... First of all, they have their splash tags. This isn't lowing. You don't need to do that. But, like, it's okay.
It looks more official that way.
Yeah, and also they all have team tags. I love team tags. I think they're so cute. And while I don't, like, based off the names, recognize either of these teams super well, I love their icons. Like, they're very pretty. Like, look at HakuNova. That's so cute.
Yeah, that is very well done.
Yeah. I'm very much looking forward to our first game. Is it Rainmaker on Sturgeon Shipyard? We're opening on Rainmaker? Who did that? I did that. I'm sorry.
We are indeed. As another fine map from Splatoon 2. And I think this is one of the maps that, again, like, I enjoy watching Rainmaker on. There's so much can happen in here, but we have plenty more options than we do in some other Rainmaker maps. We'll have to see what these teams bring out. Again, I'm not too familiar with them. So I am not sure what to expect as far as comp-wise.
Yeah. I think a lot of stuff worked on Sturgeon, which is also probably why the people love it so much. Not as much white bread as Mako, because not everything works on it, like all modes, you know? But it's still a very...
it's a solid choice.
Yeah, it's a very solid map. And I think whatever you want to try and make work here can work. There's a whole realm of possibilities. Will we see double splash? Probably. But we can...
There's a high possibility.
We can hope that we won't.
There's nothing against splash, but, you know, some variety is certainly welcome.
Yeah. Double T-Tech. Where's the double E leader? Where's that?
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yeah.
Double E leader, that's real spicy.
It's spicy. Imagine getting in the crosshair. Oh!
Speaking of spicy.
A tent umbrella! How did they know?
I mean, we do see the double splash, but it is followed up by that tent umbrella. And then on the opposite side, we have a brush. What is it? I can't think of the weapon class. The wiper. That we have a swiper on the other along with the brush.
is Tent like cool again? And did I miss the memo? Because I'm here for it. I'm 100% here for it, and I'm so excited. That Wiper is gonna have to back up here, and they're probably gonna have to play defensively, given that they did just go one down. But they did pick off one of those lovely 2 splashes there.
Booyah Bomb is going to be popped alongside that Crab. They have some nice openings, but they have a camper underneath that Booyah Bomb. Swiper's trying to get in and make some happen, but they're going to hop out before they can.
Nice. Pushing up on the right here, I think is definitely their best option. I think you have to be really careful on that top right, which somebody did just drop from and kill them. 2 of them gets a double. That was pretty sick. And now they're 3 down. Unfortunately, their tent is in the ink vac and can't help pop, but they're just running with it. They're gonna push up here, and I support that.
Some very aggro tent action here. They did get the delayed wipe, so they have plenty of room to maneuver, and they are going to be getting that checkpoint, but unfortunately with the 2-3 members down, that might be the end of that push for the time being. That Crab is just trying to get away, but they get smacked by the hammer, so that's going to be that delayed wipe right there.
Yeah, that was pretty solid. I didn't have a lot of faith. I'm kidding. But it was looking kind of grim there for them, honestly, especially with that tent pushing up. And now the tent, scrub. They do just go down in mid there. And their sloshing machine's kind of struggling to try and maintain that snipe. And then they do get, I think they got zip casted on and tri-striked on. So you just, you know
they were not happy with them.
Really, really. They're gonna follow up on that same route that their opponent took here on that right.
Tinkerbell is doing their best to just try to slow them down, but we see the player Orbit come in and like being real sneaky, like trying to find an opening to just to flank in. The Rainmaker is doing some excellent things. 3 members down. They're going to be taking this nice path up the left side, able to get that checkpoint. No, they did a nice double back to the right checkpoint, and they will be getting the pop off of it as well.
Yeah, nice. I mean, they were playing really floaty there, trying to see which route they should take, and that kind of worked against them, unfortunately, there, because they weren't ready to get that checkpoint as soon as the opportunity came up. They were a bit slow to it, which I think is the reason why their push kind of fizzled out there.
They were able to get the 25 off of it though. That is a nice lead, but not unwinnable from the side of Ikaryoku. I'm probably not saying that right, but Team Yellow here, and they have 2 minutes to do it as well, so still plenty of time. We just have specials online for both sides.
Yeah, the wonderful little medallion in the middle about to block that Booyah Bomb was really funny. I'm glad it didn't. They're really gearing up to defend that right side there from the push. So they might have to go to that top left area, which is controversial to say the least.
It is the riskier play right there, but we see the Tenterella. Oh, they got a nice pick, but then were shut down by the bomb. Followed up there. Another pick off of Yellow here with just the Rainmaker and their bodyguard. Is going to be the end of the push right there. Not able to get too many points off of that.
Yeah, now, unfortunately.
Yeah, Purple's just going to be retaking mid, but we see jumps coming in for Yellow.
Oh yeah, I mean, oh, that Wiper's trying to clean up there in mid, and that was that was pretty good. Props to them, honestly. Getting a double, you know, and you did trade out at the end, but that was great for opening up mid here. Maybe HakuNova can try and get a push to just keep up the pressure.
Yeah, this is playing into HakuNova's favor, those scraps going on, because they're just still fighting for time here, just trying to delay the Team Yellow here, just keep them from being able to really set up.
Yeah, and I think that's really important on Rainmaker because it really just goes super, super fast if you let it. So you have to, you know, not let it.
And that is going to be 3 members down with just a splash remaining. They were stuck in grab for just a little bit there, and they are going to be getting taken down as well. So now HakuNova, they just go to grab this Rainmaker and hold this left corner for the last 10 seconds. And I believe that is going to be game 1 for them.
Oh, that splash is coming in though, trying to pinch them with the other splash. Oh, no. It was kind of close there. I was on the edge of my seat, on my tippy toes, if you will.
They were making a bad dash for them, but they got shut down before they could touch the Rainmaker, and HakuNova will be taking this first match.
Yeah, really, really solid aggression from them, I feel. And again, I love funky picks.
Mm-hmm. We love all the funky picks. Ooh, and speaking of funky picks, this is Brine Water Springs. Another new map is definitely a good place to experiment a bit because it is the terrain. You got some similarities between some other maps, but I've seen some new strats coming out, and I haven't seen too many clambless either.
Yeah, um, something notable. I'll say notable about Brine Water Springs is that it feels like the E-Leader's playhouse.
Mm-hmm.
you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um, so maybe we will see double E-Leader. I'm kidding. Maybe we'll maybe we'll see an E-Leader pop out here because I mean, why not? Like if somebody like pockets it, like why not?
If it were zones, I could definitely see that happening, but maybe less so for clambless. I feel like there's too you gotta get too close to for clambless than most E leaders are comfortable with.
You're so right. That would be pretty tough, especially because it's a slow little guy, big
Mm-hmm.
guy. It's quite large. It's it's
That
heavy.
being said, like in Splatoon 2, we did see some aggro E leaders with the tap shots, but I don't know if it would work too well here.
No, no, I don't think so. And I hope we don't catch them on stream doing that. Whenever I get streamed on stuff, I always get I feel like I'm getting like called out.
Oh
Like
man.
it's always like the worst plays and they're like, "Yeah, let's spectate that one." Never works out.
Let's see. How can we embarrass Grace on stream? But yes, I would. We did see an E leader. Or did we see an E leader? No, we did not see an E leader. But I would not be surprised if we saw an E leader. As you said, this is the E leader's playhouse. Brinewater Springs it is nice and open in the middle, and E leader can pretty much reach anywhere from their side.
Yeah, yeah. And I think especially cuz Rainmaker can be very Oh, oh wait, there isn't one. Oh, wow. This is
All
really
right.
embarrassing. There is no E-liter. However, Umbrella, a Splatbrella. I'm here for
Indeed.
it. I'm here for it.
Once again, trying to make Brellas cool again. It seems like, and we are seeing the return of that swiper and the ink brush, although it is the
No,
vanilla brush this time.
no. We commentator cursed them. They immediately died. I'm mad. They're dead.
Fallen prey to the bomb. But we already see a power clamp in play here. Like, considering the Scorch Gorge match we saw, there is so many more clamps in play already in this, like the first minute here. But unfortunately, 3 members of Ikaryoku is down, and
Yo.
that's a full wipeout. Now HakuNova is solidly in their base.
Yeah, passing clams like there's no tomorrow. You love to see it. The last person died to a wave breaker because I feel like nobody was near when that wipeout happened.
Mm-hmm. Or another stray bomb got them.
No,
Oh, speaking of bombs,
no.
Orbit is on a tear here, just causing all sorts of havoc. And now they're going in for the flank as well as the potential push. They have enough for the power clamp if they can get them all in one place.
Yeah, I like this kind of playstyle where you're just kind of all up in their business and you're like, well, what are you gonna do about it? And then they have to like do something about it because you're causing problems.
Yeah, this is another um, point or feature of this map. We see Ikaryoku, they're kind of stuck right now. HakuNova is way up into their spawn, and there's not a whole lot they can do about it. They are slowly making their way out, but between the bombs and the specials coming out, there's not a whole lot of room to maneuver.
I think they're really struggling. Oh, no, they threw the power clamp, but the basket wasn't back down yet. Oh, stop. I hate when that happens. It's
That is the
so
worst.
embarrassing.
But they did manage to get it open nonetheless, but just not a whole lot of follow-up So now Ikaryoku is going to be moving in. They have double power clams to work with, and they are going to be getting at least one of them into the basket.
Yeah, that was like a blink and you miss it kind of thing. Oh,
Oh no.
oh no.
We saw
Oh,
Sunny camping the power clam, and they just weren't able to get enough reach to get in the basket.
oh, that was so tragic. There's just so many tragic things happening on this match. Oh my gosh. Um, I thought I had earlier though during that last push that HakuNova had is that they're really good at getting in there, but their clam economy is kind of weak. Like they gotta be getting more clams when they're making their pushes, and I think that that'll really turn the tide for them, and they could probably KO this.
No, absolutely. They are able to take out 2 members of Ikaryoku here, and that is it's pretty back and forth as far as the paint goes. Like, the last remaining members are still holding on strong, and they're going to be taking down 2 members of HakuNova. HakuNova's got the double power clamp, but they are kind of pushed back now.
Yeah, Ikaryoku is definitely well. Now they're not winning in the clam economy because now the other team, HakuNova, has those 2 power clams, but it's tough. I feel like they're kind of struggling here to make a push happen. And that sloshing machine kind of tries to dive in there for it, but it doesn't really work out for them, and they're out of power clam now.
Alright, I have to say, just from this match alone, Booyah Bomb versus the Ink Strike, I am looking forward if they bring back Ink Strike for the heavy splatting. Just a side note. Just
Listen,
pair that with a splash wall, and that is a nice kit right there. But anyway, 3 members of HakuNova down, and Ikaryoku is making a solid try for that basket, and they do manage to break it open.
slippery, slippery. Did you see that? They like, oh,
They went right past the wall in the 52, but
yeah.
not quite enough for the lead, and that is not looking good for this last 30 seconds.
No, honestly though, if I was HakuNova, controversial play here, I probably wouldn't score as to not give Ikaryoku a power clam, you know, not to give them that pity. And it looks like they might be taking that advice, maybe inadvertently, but
Yeah, they only have a single clam, and they don't have a power clam. They're not going to be able to get overtime. Yeah, because they were the last to open the basket, they weren't able to open or keep it into overtime.
yeah, that that is that is really really tough. I think something that is very overlooked in clam blitz is like just always having clams on your person to or on your inkling and or octoling to make a push happen when it needs to happen, and kind of to have the clams play with you and like play with your aggressive playstyle, you know?
I mean, a part of that is just being able to stay alive, and you go down, you kind of lose your clams.
Yeah. And that also is tough when you're trying to be aggressive too. Yeah, it's hard. That's
You
why
kind of
people
got to do one or the other.
Yeah.
Unless you're really successful at being aggressive, you can't carry clams with you at all times.
Unless you have that person that's kind of like your support or anchor in some cases that is gonna keep that keep at least like a good amount of clams on them so that you have something to work with.
Absolutely. But it's going to be HakuNova taking the set. And once again, it is a play out 3. That last match can still come into play later on if Ikaryoku is able to take it off of HakuNova.
Yes. It is so important. Everybody look at me. And by look at me, I mean look at the screen.
Mentally look at Race right now.
Look at me. In a play all the games matter. They all matter. All games, they all matter. Even though Ikaryoku here is 2-0 or 0-2, it still matters. This could be the difference between them making something and making something else, you know?
Yes, it is not over yet. And we are going to be on Zones Ink Blot. Back to the Ink Blot, but now it's Zones.
Scrub busting out that Brella again. Also, I think Scrub must be a substitute or just a sub, maybe a friend of the team because they don't have a team tag on them. So I think it's very funny that they're pulling out these really cool picks and umbrellas, and then they're a sub.
Oh, absolutely. And they're putting the work in. 3 members down to
Mm-hmm.
HakuNova and a solid control for yellow here. Ooh, Scrub is really going in
Ooh.
there.
A really good use of crossfiring. Oh,
Oh, and then there's the bomb again.
the double bomb, Junior. Whoa, is that Ninja Squid? Wait, does that Junior have Ninja Squid? The boldness, the gall. I can't imagine.
The sheer audacity.
What? I didn't notice that whole time. Oh my goodness.
But man, like, I haven't lost for words. Like, they're on the back foot now. HakuNova has yet to retake the zone. Well, I say that now they have taken control of the zone, but that was the longest time. 21 points, and you hadn't been able to touch it.
Oh, that Zipcaster? Oh yeah, put that cam there, Boeing. Thank you very much. That Zipcaster's putting in some work, and they didn't quite pick anybody off, but pushed them back like a lot, which is equally important.
Causing some panic in the space they normally would have thought would be safe. As Zipcaster getting in behind them, but now 3 members of full wipeout, and Ikaryoku is back in control of the zone again.
Yeah, tough. I'm glad to see that Ikaryoku is kind of getting a little more confident here, and they're kind of getting more comfortable in this set.
They have certainly seemed to have found their groove, but now they are a bit grouped up on the left side here, and the specials are coming out. The zone is now purple once again, but we see Miri here in their enemy base with the crab, but they are going up against a Zipcaster.
They're rolling.
They're trying to stay alive.
Oh, very tough. Before that whole lovely fight that we saw, though, very smart move by them to jump back into their plat instead of trying to fight it out and maybe only being able to get a trade there. Again, knowing when to back off, so important.
And sometimes backing off means backing off into the enemy base.
Listen, if it works, it works.
But they were able to just stay off the zone. Like, it was already purple, but that is a good thing to keep in mind, is not going down on top of the zone, because you output quite a bit of paint with your little squid body, and so it just, you don't want to assist the team indirectly.
Or Octobody.
Or Octobody, yes.
Yes, of course.
Your little cephalopod body.
But yes, it is so frustrating, like as a teammate, when they're pushing back in and you're like about to get the lead or something, and then somebody dies on the zone, and then it like flips, and you're like, I'm so done.
Ooh, but 1 point away from the lead.
Ooh.
But Ikaryoku is back in control. Down to the wire in that last second there.
Yeah, I'm like, this is a nail biter, and I do have a problem where I bite my nails. It's very bad. I'm trying to stop. the Octobrush coming in, and they're zip casting. Oh, that's a double. Let's go. That was so good. Maybe get that jump. Yeah. Nope.
Oh no, that was inopportune return to their spot. They were able to get that nice double there, but they are the last one remaining.
Yeah, they just didn't quite follow up on that double there, which is so unfortunate. It always hurts whenever that happens, but they still have a chance here to try and cap that zone, and it looks like it's not looking great, though. I think they can still hold it. Yeah.
Yeah, the zone was just big enough. They had enough paint left to just keep control it, keep it from going to neutral, and so that will be a game of HakuNova 2-1 in this set.
I'm so glad that they took my advice, because they are definitely listening to this and not focusing on playing. And they took that last game. It rejuvenates you going into the bracket stage. You know, like having that win under your belt. Oh yeah.
Even if like the point itself isn't as helpful as you like to be, it's a nice mental boost for your gameplay.
Yeah, and I think that is like your mental is sometimes more important than how you're playing, because it can really if you're evenly matched, mechanics wise or anything wise, with another team, you'll win if your mental's better. That's what I think. Hopefully. Oh
Indeed.
yeah, the crossfade into Nessie's pools round 3. Goodness gracious, QuantMum, the 3-0. Good job over there.
Once again, quite a few 3-0s.
Yeah.
And still some matches going on by the looks of it.
Yeah, we've still got a bit here before the bracket stage, but I want to check up on our little friends that we saw before. Vancouver and Coke Zero. They're both 0-1 right now, or 0 for 1 right now in their groups, Group C. But I believe in them. I believe in Canada. I believe in Coke Zero.
Ooh, Coke Zero is now going up against Sonder as well. So that is going to be a tough matchup for them.
Most definitely. This very interesting pickup named We Got Kicked from Paddling Pool, I believe it is they 3-0'd Persistence, which is a name that we probably all recognize. Over in, what group is that?
Group F?
Oh yeah, I know you got me, I met. Let me look at the roster of We Got Kicked from Paddling Pool. Oh goodness, I don't recognize these people. Maybe because they play in Paddling Pool and they might be European.
Oh,
which is
that
crazy, by the way. Imagine doing Paddling Pool, which happens, for those who don't know, is another tournament that happens on Wednesdays, more geared towards European players, earlier in the day, like 1 or like noon Eastern, not sure. Some people play in both in one day, and I salute you because I think my mind would explode and I would die. So
back-to-back tourneys, like that is some mental fortitude right there.
Oh yeah, like I need a nap after a set, so it's really bad. I'm gonna look at some of the standings here and see who we're going to be seeing in Great White. So of course some of the groups aren't finished yet, but it looks like we're for sure going to be seeing Tempest. Love y'all, Tempest. They come out to SOS a lot. QuantMum. Wonderful. It looks like if Sonder wins this set, they're definitely going to advance to Great White. I don't know if this might go down in the best or worst pickup name in history. Minions, the Rizz of Gru.
Oh my.
In Group E is currently on top of that group, so if they continue slaying, we will unfortunately or fortunately be seeing them in Great White. It looks like Data, a team that I also recognize, is 3-0 in their group, so they're probably going to be, they're going to be advancing. A team called Drip Woomy, and a team named Are You Serious Right Meow in Group J will be advancing to Great White. It looks like Makashera and NKT Definitivo will both most likely be advancing into Great White. Healthy Diet Food Groups! Oh my god, I'm mad.
It's happening?
It's happening. It's happening, I'm mad. I love Healthy Diet Food Groups. Hopefully, maybe we'll get them on stream. Maybe I'll put a good word in for the staff members. Hopefully we'll see them on stream. I have to. I feel terrible. It's every time.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Do you see any teams that you want to shout out? Maybe they did very well or anything? You see anybody?
I can't say any particular, but just I have enjoying just the lineup we have here. Between the names of the stacked players, it has been quite a night. I have so entertained.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure the lovely people at home are also very entertained. Hopefully. Boeing has told me that they refreshed the page so that the bracket would refresh. Wonderful. I love seeing the crossfade. I don't know why you apologize. It's beautiful. Minion in Group E, Minions the Rizz of Gru is they're 1-1. So maybe we won't have to see them. Maybe we'll never see them again. Unless they win a bracket. That'd be very fun having to write that in the tweet. For the winners.
That will certainly be something.
Well,
I think we
I'm
still
mad.
have. Yes, I was about to say we have a little bit to go before top cut, before the Great White, so we may go to a short break in the meantime. But don't go anywhere. We will be back with lots more fun and exciting and quite possibly entertaining matches to come.
And hopefully healthy diet food groups. So sorry
Yes.
to them again. Don't miss us too bad, or do. You know, we'll be back.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to SOS. We are back with the Great White, the top cut. It is I, Mad Gamer II. I am joined once again by the Grace.
The Grace?
The
That's
Grace,
an honor.
there is only one.
That's an honor right there. But yes, I'm very happy to be joined back with iMad, my good friend. I don't know if you didn't know. I don't. Anyways.
Consider us friends.
Oh my gosh. With y'all, you don't know how many staff members I had to kill to get healthy diet food groups. I didn't kill anybody. I love all my people. But we have Sonder versus healthy diet food groups. I'm so excited.
This matchup has been in the making for stream for so long. As Grace may or may not have mentioned before, we've been wanting to have healthy diet food groups on stream. However, unfortunately, they have not quite made it past first match of Great White.
Yes, I don't care what the outcome is. This is the greatest match of all time in SOS history. Healthy diet food groups, the respect they deserve. We all know the members of Sonder. Yes, of course, Henlo. Hi, Henlo. Little evil, little guy. But I personally know a few members of healthy diet food groups. QT, Cutie Pie, hi. Q, I've actually known them, casually for like a little bit. We're like, hopefully friends. Maybe they consider us friends. Maybe I'm lying. They're like watching the stream back and they're like ew. And Evie, who is an amazing Carbon player. They're playing Carbon, right? Like maybe like other stuff. Anyways, and I think this is what they deserve. So shout out to all of them, everybody. I'm so excited for this match. I'm gonna like explode.
It is certainly the match that we've been waiting for, and it's going to start off on tower control on Eeltail Alley. I feel like I've seen, like the last time I saw QT play was on Eeltail Alley. I don't know why it popped into my head, but I feel like that's the case.
Well, I don't have any memory of anything.
It's completely blank up until this point.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Eeltail Alley tower control. This one, I don't know. What's like a weird bread? Pumpernickel? Pumpernickel. This is the pumpernickel right here.
Ooh,
yeah.
Yes, the pumpernickel of maps.
Pumpernickel. I'm mad. I'm mad. Pumpernickel. Maybe I should have picked a different one. Rye.
English strikes again.
Rye bread. I don't know. It's okay. We're already starting. My bad.
It's some bread.
It's a bread. Hopefully we see some Tetris action. Oh yeah, come on, Q. Oh, but no, it's the regular dualies. That's so embarrassing. What the? Stamper wiper, bro. Stamper wiper, double splash, bamboo, carbon dualies T-Tech.
This is just like
Bro, what?
This is spiced to a whole new level.
This is some what's like a ghost pepper bread. I gotta stop. I don't know.
Let's just hope we don't get to Hammerhead, because I know what kind of bread that is. Anyway, we see healthy diet food groups. They are taking the first lead, the first stab at that tower of control, and they're doing quite a good job of it, taking down that stamper with the zip line, and they slowly losing the tower, but they are still going down without a fight.
Yeah, honestly, pretty solid opening, getting that all the way down to 66. I'm very proud of them. Very proud of healthy diet food groups. I think this is like a hyper interestingly aggressive comp. I'm surprised that Hammer did not get Q over there in that top right corner, but this is such an aggressive comp. I don't even know what I would do here. I think I'd freak out the second I'd see the two stamper or the two, wipers. Like what?
That is a scary combo, especially how narrow this map is. There isn't a whole lot of room to maneuver. And with the tower, or just the fact that it's tower control, you're taking the objective like straight down the middle. Like there's nowhere else to go. There's just straight down the middle.
Yeah,
Ooh, and then the double right there.
Yeah, that was really, really good. Eevee again going to clean up that one splash in the corner, does get that trade. Pretty solid trade though. Good job Eevee there. Hopefully they can get a jump back in and get back into the action. But sitting at that top, oh, the burst bomb got them.
Ooh, but then they get cleaned up by the Carbon Avenge, and it's going to be a 2v2 situation, but they do lose the tower. They got it down to 29 and that last checkpoint. It is, well, I don't know too much of Yieldtail to know whether that is the way to be, but it's still a nice push for the first half of this map.
No, yeah, I think getting past that one checkpoint is already good in and of itself because it's it's in a nice spot.
And again, it's just like you just gotta, I don't know, brute force your way through the enemy team. Like, you really gotta have the man advantage to make any amount of lead on this mode. Like here we are at the second checkpoint, and they are having a tough time of staying alive long enough to get through it.
Yeah, Sonder here is used to that crab meta. The second that Q pops that there, they just back up and respect it, and they really they come back in for the kill later on. But that's kind of how you have to treat crab, unless you are prepared to shred it, which most of the time you're really not. Zipcaster out here by Birch. Let's go. Oh, I'm really sorry about
by
that.
The bamboo. Oh, another double by the bamboo, and that's going to be 3 down on Sonder, and so now they did get the lead off of that, but Healthy Stat Food Groups has a solid control of mid now.
Yeah, honestly, very impressive to get that lead back, but again, it just goes to show that they know what they're up against here. I think Sonder does.
Yeah, we do. Like the two specials I've been seeing quite often for Yieldtail, that Zipcaster, and then the what is it, the Killer Whale, the new Killer Whale. Like, just again, because of how narrow it is, it does quite a bit of damage. Like the crab meta is strong as ever, but it's got a nice little niche for those two subs, or those two specials.
Yeah, I think something that's very important that Birch is going to do. Okay, never mind. That Birch was going to do there was get into that top left, although the tower is a little bit to the right, so I question that a little bit. But you get the sentiment of using the whole map to your advantage and getting people from off angles and not just heading straight on when you can.
The bombs are out tonight. That is a wipeout, and half that was just bombs on the tower. It looks like that was going to be KO for the Healthy Diet Food Groups 1-0 in this first match of Great White.
I mean, I love Sonder, of course.
No bias here whatsoever.
No bias here. I'm so glad that we got them on stream. Very, very solid. I think at the end there, it just got too scrappy and they got a little bit too desperate. Sometimes it's okay to lose the lead, even if it's down to the wire like that. Hear me out. Because if you lose that scrappy like fight on the tower there, you can't really come back from it.
I think like when they had their specials in line, when that crab was out, Sonder, they kept their cool. They were keeping pressure on that tower, but then as soon as that crab ran out, it was kind of just like a Hail Mary onto tower, and they just ran into too many bombs and ended up wiping out.
Yeah. Almost maybe they just got a little bit too frantic there and it kind of shook them, but I think if they can, unshake themselves, like shake that off, I guess.
But then on the flip side,
yeah.
On the flip side, kudos to whoever was on that tower. Like, they were dodging crab tanks and members of Sonder left, right, and center. They were still alive to take the KO.
Yeah. Honestly, really good. What's the right word? Face-to-face combat, because those stampers are very scary when they're like all up in your grill. So, like, huge kudos to them again for winning that very scrappy fight on the tower. Rainmaker is the scrappy mode. So I'm very interested to see. Oh yeah, definitely a comp change coming out from Sonder here. But did healthy diet food groups change at all?
I feel like that Dooley's is new. Was that?
No,
Didn't they have
no,
the
we
Dooley's
had
before?
that. Yeah.
All right, then I guess no change whatsoever. We do see the Tenatech and the Sloshing Machine coming out for Sonder here, just swapping it out. Already we see the Ink Strike on the side of Healthy Diet Food Groups and taking down 2 members of Sonder. Perhaps 3? Yes, 3
No.
members.
Oh, but they still have enough up to get the. Oh, was that a double like Pierce with the Zuka? Come on,
I
Evie. Come on.
I think at least one of them was a ricochet of the suction bomb off the Rainmaker shield.
Not bad. But still.
It's still quite dirty, but they are going to be losing 3 of their members once they get past that first checkpoint.
Yeah, really, really solid opening from Healthy Diet Food Groups here. I think they've got their openings like down, which is not to sound like a broken record, something I struggle with.
They were able to get the 2 again, but then they lose 3. The Crab Tank is not able to protect against Booyah Bomb, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, what do you even do? You just have to roll away. Poor Q was sucked in there, like, like.
It looks like they're opting to let the Rainmaker reset, not going to be picking up just yet, which may be the smart play considering Healthy Diet Food Groups is in the midst of respawning.
It looks like Evie here is waiting for their moment to strike, and I'm waiting. I'm ready. Evie, Evie, what? Okay.
They are playing the long game. They still have time. Okay, now they are out of time. They just took the lead and got that little jump there.
Evie, what happened? Evie, no. Oh my goodness.
And that's going to be the KO for Sonder right here.
Oh wow, I was not expecting that at all. I was waiting for Evie to pull out some crazy thing. Maybe his nuggets were ready, like in the microwave or something. AFK, I don't know. But it's tough when you feel like you're starting to lose fights and you're starting to lose engagements. And then you keep trying to go back into mid and you're almost you get on autopilot or something like that. Maybe that's what Healthy Diet Food Groups started struggling with there.
I mean, in defense of Eevee right there, like, there were still the 3 members on close proximity to the Rainmaker. Like, even
Yeah.
I would have had a hard time getting in there. Like, I'm no Carbon main, and I was questioning whether I would survive even a trip there, but it just got down to the wire, and they didn't have a choice at that point.
Yeah, I mean it was like do or die, and it was just unfortunate because Rainmaker is just so fast. The second you hesitate, it's just over.
Especially for that particular spot, because he got that nice little jump, and there's like a boatload of points to get off of that.
Yeah. It's tough to come back from once they make that jump. It's a mood killer. You just get very sad.
It really is. I think like Sonder, they were able to follow it up with the KO, so like in the end, it didn't really matter how many points they got off of it.
Yeah, and I think maybe with Clam Blitz, a mode that you kind of have to take a little bit more time and like build up your clams and all that, the clam economy, if you will. I'm interested to see if Healthy Diet Food Groups can kind of wrangle themselves back together for this one.
Yes, doesn't play the same way as Rainmaker does, but it has like just the whole flow of the mode is like I don't know, but somewhere in between Rainmaker and the tower control.
Yeah, again, Healthy Diet Food Groups with the same comp. I love whenever people stick to it. I think it's very, very fun, and I think Sonder also stuck to their comp here.
It feels like both of these teams have found their groove, but I am curious to see how this is going to happen with the carpet and the bamboo. That is going to be hurting for paint, especially since there's see, they have the stamp, or no, the wiper and the machine on the other side, so they're kind of evened out as far as like paint goes with the double shooter.
Right. It looks like they're kind of. Oh wow, nice defense from them. That little pinch there with Eevee and their bamboo player there. That was really good. Like totally crushed their push that they were building.
Yes, and now Healthy Diet Food Group has an ample opportunity to get mid, get paint, and get clams, and they are now set up in the spot that Sonder was about a moment before.
Yeah, yeah, I think this is gearing up to be a really, really powerful push. They all have a fair amount of clams there, and that carbon does go in. It looks like maybe they got a pick there, which was pretty nice. There's still two down here, and although Healthy Dash Food Groups does go down, yeah, they just lost their bamboo player too, so it looks like this push is just gonna fizzle out, but maybe Sonder here with that pity clam can try and get back into mid, get that paint control, and make a counter push of their own.
I thought it was the bamboo. They had the power clam, but good presence of mind to just hang back. We saw the ink strike and the booyah bomb all just converge on that basket when Healthy
Oh,
Diet Food Groups made their push, and they were still able to get the clam in the end.
yeah, that was that was a very funny trade out. I think the torpedo got their dualies player there, and then the carbon came back and cleaned it up. It was very, it was a very funny engagement, and the carbon again cleaned it up here, trying to I was gonna say scourge around mid. I don't think that's a word. You know, being like a little carbon rat there, but
The one thing, but having the wiper against the carbon, both do a lot of damage in close proximity. But now, I think with the wiper got buffed as far as like their paint goes, so they have the range in the paint department against the
yeah.
carbon.
That was a super scrappy fight there in mid. I mean, I don't even know what happened. Everybody died. And everybody's just kind of sitting there like, oh, what do we do now? Unfortunately, their T-Tech does go down there too. And the crab pops out. Ooh,
Ooh,
gets one. And it looks like they clean up the carbon again over there on the ramp. And this push might be pretty deadly.
they have a lot of paint just right up to the basket, and they are going to be taking the lead off of that, and plus more some. And so now Healthy Diet Food Groups is going to have to come back to just keep them out. But they're still pouring in the clams.
Yeah, really, really strong positioning here from Blop, and I think somebody on the top right too. Didn't quite see which one that was, but their positioning was like they had an eagle eye view over the basket, which was really, really powerful. And that push is gonna be way easier to come back from because of that positioning. Well done on Healthy Diet Food Groups.
Absolutely, we are into a soft reset. Two members. Oh well, now is a note 3 down for Sonder with one coming back from spawn. Healthy Diet Food Groups is back again, trying to make something happen in Sonder's base. Eevee, they are pushed up. They are trying to get some picks going, but unfortunately, they do go down.
Yeah, listen. I really like the aggression from Eevee, and I think it's just a little bit tough when those plays don't really work out. But here, Henlo's going for those plays. Get already up on their plat, getting some work done all around their ramp. Hopefully they can get a push here. Their claim economy is looking pretty nice.
The tables turn so fast in those few seconds. For 1 second, Healthy Diet Food Groups was set up for a push. Now Sonder is back and making a push of their own.
Oh my gosh, that was so unfortunate. Henlo on the wiper there, their
Oh,
hammer like fell off the plat, and that totally killed the momentum of the aggression they had going on there towards their basket.
I mean,
Did somebody just fell off the map?
possibly.
I saw that, Evie. I think it was you.
Oh man, but Sonder, we saw the power clamp just under the basket, but not quite able to get it in. 20 seconds remaining. Sonder has the lead. Health and Diet Food Groups is going to have to get a clam in play here if they want to take it to overtime, I think.
Yeah, yeah. They see that Henlo is in this corner, and they're afraid that it's gonna cause like quite a stir here. They do sniff it out, which is really good, but their attention was there for a lot of that. So hopefully they can. They have enough resources to kind of push in here. They do just go one down, which is really unfortunate. And the Booyah Bomb coming in, getting another one. It's not looking great here for them. They really have to dart towards that basket in order to make anything happen. Overtime's about to be up.
Yeah, most of the team gone. They are out of time. That is going to be a wipeout right there. Sonder taking game 3, taking the set as well, and will be moving on through the Great White.
Yeah, that's tough. That was tough. It was really, really tight though. I just think once you go one down in that overtime push, it really does fizzle out because it just makes the opposing team here, Sonder, in this instance, way more ready and confident in their defense.
Mm-hmm. And we saw they had their specials ready to go when that overtime hit. First it was the Ink Strike, then the Booyah Bomb, and they just slowly willed away Healthy Diet Food Group's members.
Right, right. I'm still very happy that we got to see these two teams against each other.
Indeed.
A team that I didn't even know they were still together. I thought they disbanded. Sonder, I mean. And then Healthy Diet Food Group's SOS regulars finally got them on stream. So sorry, y'all. Hope this makes up for it.
And they, like, even though they lost this set, but they've been very consistent in getting into Great White, so it's only a matter of time before they make their way up.
Yeah, yeah. Listen, SOS is all about doing better the next week and putting in the work and really practicing for those other tournaments too that you really want to do well in. It's a
Absolutely.
tournament for growth. Yeah.
Well, that was the match we were waiting for, and it was an exciting one at that. But unfortunately, that is going to be it for us as commentators. There's still plenty more for this tournament to go, but we will be passing off the mic to another pair. But before that, where can the good people find you, Grace?
Well, I mean, you can find me maybe next week, maybe the week after that, in the SOS help desk because I do organize for SOS. But you can also find me on Twitter at Tubnug. Also, shout out to Drexel Esports. I am I'm a student at Drexel University, and I love Drexel Esports. I help them out over there marketing wise, but check them out.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's pretty snazzy. Where can the people find you, iMad?
Well, you can find me in all the usual places: Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube at iMadGamerII. I would normally say I stream Splatoon pretty regularly, but I have just not been as regular. But
What?
I will be. I do try to stream at least once a week. Most of the time it is Splatoon. I've been falling out of it. I don't know, but we'll have to see if I can get back into it.
Good. You should get back into it. The people want you.
There's not enough Splatling action. We need the more.
Exactly.
I'll definitely be back once we have another kit for Splatling. I will tell you that right now.
I will stay
not be able to
posted.
stay away. Alrighty, y'all. I hope you enjoy the rest of the tourney. Stay tuned, and we will see you all later.
Oh yeah.
Hello everyone! Welcome back to SOS 97. We are continuing Top Cut here with Pass 1 and Minions, the Rizz of Gru. My name is Skepidillions and I am here with the fabulous Genie7. Genie, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing wahoo good. Cause see what I did there? Cause we're going to Wahoo World as our first game and I'm doing good, really good.
Yeah.
Speaking of 97, I just watched a hockey game. If anyone has ever watched a hockey game in the NHL recently, there's a really strong player called Connor McDavid. The league's most likely going to be MVP again for the, fourth time in 7 years? Yeah, number 97. But with that aside,
I was wondering where you were going to tie that in.
I couldn't really. I just wanted to. I saw 97. I just think of Connor McDavid because he's just everywhere. If you can think of a player that just doesn't give you any space or any time at all, that is Connor McDavid. So let's see if any of these players in today's
Speaking
game.
of everywhere, we have Bran and Stan, for those rhyme, and also Bran, member of Starburst, very talented player, but Stan plays a lot of SOSs, so I can't wait to see this.
Oh, carries a lot of SOS. That's a bold statement. I know that we're just going out there on that one. We see Unaware dropping on that right side. There's going to be a little bit of a trade, but Minions Rise of Gru are going to push so far back. Pass 1. Good opening control, good space for the Crab Tank.
Yeah, Pass 1 already very quickly having control of Plat here. Obviously, we know Wahoo World, the name of the game, isn't controlling the zone, it's controlling the Plats, and then probably getting someone on left so that way you can funnel the members of Minions to that right side and pick them off one by one. We can see that they're doing that. There's a member of Pass 1 on that left glass, forcing Silly Cat to expend that crab on that half of the map.
Yeah, we're going to see Bib also pop a crab to try and get solidify Pass 1, but the stamp coming out from Stan going in. They're going to have more into the zone. Can they get it at the crab? They will launch it. The team's going to be able to cap zone off that, and they're able to stay alive. Good job. Good cap for Minions Rizz of Gru.
Yeah, great counterplay there, popping that crab, and then we saw the counter crab come out from Pass 1. Typically the crab that's popped later is going to be the crab that wins that, but Minions Rise of Gru turning that around and able to pick that crab and work their way onto that half of the map. That being said, are they going to be able to handle Pass 1's re-engagement here, going 2 down in the process and losing the zone?
Not quite. Stan's going to have to beat Ben off. They have this wiper and really close to being up to that Stamper. Trying to go in, gets Unaware. Can they get more? Stamper's going out. No, falls down. The Expo shots are coming in for Minions, but they won't be able to find any of the members of Pass 1. Crab coming out from Silly Cat, trying to paint up to that zone. Pass 1, they have Tri-Strike. It's going to be used, trying to cause a lot of chaos. And Minions Rise of Gru are falling left, right, and center, and this penalty is almost gone.
Yeah, the penalty completely wiped out, and the zone held on Pass 1 thanks to the use of that trip strike. Well, the T-Tech did go down that paint on the zone at just the right time in order for the remaining members of Pass 1 to get the picks that they needed to. We do see Zach here pinned in a little corner, does get taken down. This could be their moment. They have ready to go, but they need paint on that zone. No, not able to get it done. Pass 1 maintaining control, and with it, Game 1 in our best of 3 set.
Yeah, we saw Bran at the end of the game just on top of the zone ramp, that zone wall, that little ledge with the crab tank, creating so much space. Zoning wide crab. Everyone loves crab, and wide crab is so dominant. When a crab is just fully able to stay in turret mode and no one is contesting it, you just can't approach it. And when there's less than 10 ticks on that zone, you have to approach it. And if you have to approach something that's automatically going to spot you, well, you're kind of just going to get splatted.
Yeah, well, we did see that double crab coming out from the side of Pass 1. Obviously, crab very dominant, but we do have that counter on the side of Minions with that wiper. The thing with that counter is you do have to be able to close the gap in order to benefit from the wiper's object damage onto the crab and really enable the rest of your team to come in and help pick that splash user off, typically splash user. Pass 1 running that double crab, that's going to be very useful on Makomar in particular. It's such a close, tight quartered map to where that crab is going to give you a nice little moment of another HP boost, so to say, to buy yourself some time, but also popping a crab on each of those stacks where you can hit the entirety of the street behind Snipe and Paper Towels. That's just such a lethal combination if you have both of those crabs online, and surely a team as experienced as POS 1 is going to know to play for that win condition.
The thing we did talk a lot about crabs in this break, but I don't think crabs probably weakest mode, if it, let's be honest, doesn't have too weak of a mode at all. But
Yeah.
I feel like it's tower control, because Tri-Strike is able to counter it, and also is, I find, just a little bit stronger in the clutch and overtime. We did see Silly Cat over in the SAC tournament on the first one, so a couple weeks ago, had an insane play with Crab Tank by booping somebody off of tower in overtime and rolling someone else off of tower by crushing them. So, either way, Crab can be good, but it also just can't climb up onto that tower when you need it to at times.
The endangered Flingza roller coming out from SBPC. It's tower control. The missiles are going to be very useful if correctly timed. But there we go with the double trip strike and double crab on the side of POS 1. Very dominant and lethal combination here on Mako Mart in particular.
Yeah, we're going to have Peachy with the crab coming out, but the members of POS 1, they're just going to be pressuring it off so well, and Silly Cat's also going to be falling. Minions, the Rizz of Gru, are forced back again. Back foot so early.
And here we go with POS 1 already on that first checkpoint. We have the first trip strike come out, then we're going to be followed out very quickly by that second trip strike. They also have that crab in order to be able to brute force the second check as they get closer to it. What is Minions Rise of Gru going to do here? Because they need to get Bran in particular off of this right stack. Oh, and that they do, baiting him off of that and taking him down on that left side.
That's going to be 3 for Stan with that Stamper. They're going to be able to get a complete wipeout on the side of POS 1. The Rizz of Gru, this is the opportunity to get a lot of map control. Maybe be able to force out Unaware. If Unaware falls in this situation, POS 1 would leave a big hole in their defenses. And if BB goes in as well and falls, this would be dangerous. But they are able to get a trade in that situation.
This is a single elimination tournament, so while the Minions, the Rizz of Gru, they do have a third place after this. If they want to keep going forward and they want a spot at Grand Finals, they are going to need to be able to catch up to where POS 1 is previously and break that second check. Very quickly, we do see that first check is fallen as POS 1 pops that crab and gets a pick with it.
And we're going to see Bran going in on that splash. The rest of the members of POS 1 taking away all the control. They know that SBPC is somewhere, and they are able to find them, forcing the members of Rizz of Gru just to watch as their teammate falls around.
Here come the counter specials from POS 1. We have that trip strike, and they're using it to focus that left side and shut down the crab for Minions, and now they have to deal with the other crab on Paper Towels. Just this back and forth of crab v crab in order to be able to brute force this tower forward. It's exhausting.
Ooh, baby, trying to get some shots down with that splash. A little bit too far out of range. POS 1. Good opportunity for them. They got some specials coming up, but they have to watch out. These are going to be the missiles coming up from the flings, forcing people to be back, and the rest of the members of POS 1 to just give up some space.
Can you believe it? Missiles finding use in our 2023.
Yes, actually, I guess somebody didn't watch a PP 200 today and see the missiles being used so well earlier in that tournament. But that's a zones tournament.
Well, the crab on Snipe here. Is SBPC going to be able to get that? No, shut down by Bran. Is Bran going to be able to get this up? Diverting so much of that crab's attention away from the tower as POS 1 continues to push this.
And Bran's going to be trying to get some space. They see Silly Cat. Do they? No, they don't see Silly Cat. Unaware is actually caught quite unaware. Silly Cat going to be punished, though. Trying to sit in the spot where they had so many good plays in previous tournaments before them. Bran's going to see PT just going to try and get a little bit more space for POS 1. But
here we
Minions
go.
by the group, they're locked in.
Here we go with another crab on such a lethal location, getting a pick on Silly Cat, now looking straight towards that spawn as POS 1 does barrel through this second checkpoint, and there we go. They can start to feel more comfortable in their lead here, heading towards that third and final checkpoint. Only 2 members left standing, make that 1 member left standing. It does look like Minions, the Rizz of Gru, has stalled this tower for now, but they have a minute and a half in order to be able to clear that second checkpoint.
Yeah, they gotta watch out. Unawares on Silly Cat. Silly Cat gets 1, gets 2. I don't think they wanted to get BB in that situation at all. That was just a lucky fall off completely. And this is good for them because they got 3 up advantage. Missiles are gonna be going out and finding the last member of Pass 1. You see Unawares on this left side. Can Unaware win this fight with Stance? No! Yes, they can! But the trades are out. Minions Rise of Gru. They are still pushing this tower.
Oh, and there we go. The tower is going to temporarily come to a stop here as 2-3 members of Minions the Rizz of Gru do fall. We do have that crab up on that left stack, but how much value is that crab going to be able to get when there are so many members currently down? We do see Pass 1 also has a defensive crab ready to go, but what is Minions the Rizz of Gru going to do here? Because they need to get that crab, ooh, and get Bran off of that snipe.
2-2 situation for both teams, but the crab is out from Bran. Bran's gonna put a big dent in the rest of the members of Rizz of Gru that are still alive. A lot of space controlled for Pass 1. They don't have the specials they need to really stop the tower. They are approaching them quickly. Rizz of Gru, they have to get to this tower, and they have to get to this tower now.
That crab out, brute forcing that space, but is that space going to be sustainable? Because Bran comes up behind them and gets a triple. Can Bran get the quad? Bran gets the quad and stands there, complete BM coming out from Bran from Starburst to secure the 2-0 victory with an incredibly clean quad.
Bran said, "Yep, I am Bran from Starburst. Nice to meet you. You want to push this tower? I say no. I say no 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. Game over. Series over."
What a clean quad. You love to see it. Just straight from behind, getting the double, finding the third, and then the 4th member on tower going, wait, what? Turning around, and then Bran cleaning up and canceling that stamp. Plays like that, dude.
The best players make the brightest plays. And the stars shine brightest, especially when they're from Starburst.
Oh, and here we go, taking a nice... This is new. Hello?
Yeah, I believe we gotta give the credit here to, the original credit was to JPEG.
Right?
Yeah, JPEG
oh my
who
God.
did this.
Thank you, JPEG.
Yeah, and this is like a fancy updating window, not just a screenshot of the Battlefield bracket, which is what we always used to do, where you have to reload a tab. This is fancy high-level technology.
Thank you, JPEG. This is awesome. And we can see very clearly here that Tempest taking the 2-1 over Data. Data playing very well this SAC season. Didn't do too hot in Qualifier 2, but nonetheless, you know, taking some dubs over some mid-level teams. Tempest, obviously a well-known and well-respected mid-level team. I haven't seen them playing SAC so far this season. I'm not sure they're eligible.
Tempest?
No, are they eligible?
They're not eligible whatsoever.
They are not eligible. Data, that's a good 1-2 for Data then.
Yeah, that's a very good win. Or a very good one score off the board against Tempest for them.
And then Sonder versus NK Definitivo. NK Definitivo is a very good team. So Sonder, definitely a team that I'm looking forward to seeing possibly in grand finals, unless QuantMum can sweep that right from under their feet. That's a 2 versus 3 seed, so very exciting game. Is that what we're seeing next?
I was gonna say we're most likely gonna be seeing that set next. We did see the Sonder set earlier against Healthy Diet Food Groups, which is a super close match. So I would like to see if Sonder can keep their momentum rolling off of that 2-0 and take on QuantMum, who got a little bit more rest from being that second seed.
Well, a Seed 2 versus Seed 3 is always a very exciting match, and I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah. Not 100% sure. Are we going to break, or do we have everyone ready to go?
Well, if we have everyone to go, we'll be right back lickety split, but Jeannie and I need a moment just to do some research, so we'll be right back. Hello everyone, welcome back to SOS 97. We're getting ever so close to the legendary SOS 100. My name is Skepadillions and I'm here with my fabulous commentary partner Genie7. Genie, we have quite the star-studded lineup in front of us.
Yeah, we've got two really strong teams here. Sonder versus QuantMum. QuantMum being a combination of Yamum and QuantMum. Very, very old team, but I'm going to focus a little bit, very old friends of teams and put together, but I'm going to focus more on Sonder right now. We did see them play earlier on in the tournament on the stream match. We saw a really good fast-paced comp coming out of them throughout their match against Healthy Diet Food Groups. I'm very excited to see what they're going to be having, what they're going to be truly playing on Inkblot Art Academy Clam Blitz. I do know that they have really, they like to play in your face.
And of these teams of the players on the side of Sonder that I recognize the most, it's actually Shy. I know Shy for their leader, unless I'm losing my mind and Shy doesn't play E-leader. But I'm 99.9% sure that Shy plays E-leader and that they've had some sick shots that have stuck with me over time. So I really look forward to possibly seeing some leader versus leader action, because on the other side, on QuantMum, we do have Power, former world champion. Yamum got second place at Shine. They're also in Div 1 this Ludi season. So very accomplished team on the side of Yamum. And I can't, this is a little bit of a star show for us.
Yeah, I do
I
say
think it's a weekly.
getting the QuantMum, the quantum days. I'm just remembering back to the quantum days for me is just a big flat throwback to when I actually I thought I was good at the game, and then I played against QuantMum a couple times and realized I'm good at the game, but they're just goated at the game kind of thing. It's very funny seeing that name come back and actually have some of that players from that team. But this is a long time from the quantum age.
We're not going to be seeing Shy play my heart.
No. And yeah, we're going to have that double slosher plus that wiper. I did remember that the wiper was on the side of Sonder from the match previously. We're going to be seeing those duels come out from QuantMum.
Triple crab. Triple crab on the side of QuantMum. Triple crab, I repeat. Oh my god. Triple crab, trip strike. That being said, we do have the wiper on the side of Sonder. So another situation similar to what we saw last round is how well is that wiper going to be able to close the gap between these crabs, because the crabs keep coming and they keep on coming.
Yeah, they just keep on coming. Power's going to be forced out by Scrub. Henry's going to be turning around and taking out the trade. A lot of ink bath going around. Henry's going to be trying to be punished out here by Henlo, and Henlo's going to get crushed over by that crab tank.
Yeah, and look, we can see that they're starting to push up onto their flat, but they don't have any clams in their hands. Now they finally do, but are they going to be able to get this dunk? They do. Unfortunately, not going to be able to follow it up. They do have this power clam, but the wise decision being to fall back. And despite that, Henlo does get the kill.
Sonder, they're pushing on the aggressive here. They're trying to get in. The jumps are coming in as well. Zero just drops down, gonna get taken out. Henry's gonna be trying to punish that. Power's gonna fall in as well. It's Sonder. They're holding on tight. Never mind. They just got completely wiped out by Hanti on the flank.
That was a wave cascading from one side of the map to the other side of the map, and now to the other side of the map where QuantMum dunking, Sonder dunking, now QuantMum also preparing for another dunk. Here they go with the super jump at the crab and the trip strike. They pull lead, but I doubt that this lead is going to be held for long, because this crab is in a perilous position under that basket.
Zero getting zero work done with that crab tank, getting punished. Everyone kind of really knows how to work around and bully a crab tank in this current situation. But Toasty's in a fight with 2v1. Can Henlo come out and help? Yes, Toasty's got a Booyah Bomb going out, and that's going to be two members of QuantMum falling down. The rest of the members are here. Toasty sees them. Are they going to be punished completely? Good job from Sonder.
Sonder very quickly going to be able to take this basket and get this dunk, pull lead here. Not to mention that they have this crab in the right place at the right time in order to be able to stall out this basket.
You see this crab still with that crab tank. Three members of QuantMum are gone. Another complete wipe on the clams. They are going to be going into the basket from Sonder. Good clam economy will really prove dividends for Sonder here.
This being the first sustained push of the game. 4 clams left standing. It is a 2v2 situation. Can they get the KO here? They need one more clam. They get the pick, but Wipeout for the side of Yamum, stalling out this push that could have been the end of the game here.
Humpty, she closes the door, saying, Sonder, they can't just take the knockout here and now. There's still more that QuantMum can find. It's going to take a big ask for them to get back into this.
That it will, but we do see Sonder already has 6 clams in the hands of the machine. Scrub coming around here gets the pick on Henry. This could be huge for them, and keep in mind that all Sonder needs to do for the rest of this game is keep QuantMum out of mid, and despite Crab being so powerful, is it truly a re-engagement and a space-taking tool? Because QuantMum is really finding themselves on their back foot here.
Yeah, and there's another Power Glove. This will end the game. The ultimate BM. There's only 1 point left. And you throw a Power Glove in. Sonder. My goodness. They didn't just get a knockout. They got 119 points on the board.
Unbelievable. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Looking at these rosters, I was like, okay, QuantMum, like obviously Sonder is an incredible team, but you know, we're talking about former world champions and players that I've personally seen play at LANs and just the talent on the side of QuantMum. So the fact that that push was sustained so heavily for Sonder, you have to wonder how much QuantMum was playing into the cheese of the crab versus playing to the cheese of the clams.
Yeah, I was gonna point out, like, wow, yeah, you're right. These teams are kind of on paper favored more side to one than the other. But I was gonna point out how the odds right now on our what is this, IPL bets board thingy are 82 to 18. And I was like, wow, I wonder why it's so far up. And then I'm like, wait, I'm highest bidder. So that is not a good stat to go. Not a good stat to go off of, because you know, I might have skewed it a little bit. I don't know. Are commentators allowed to do this? I don't know. Nobody told me I couldn't.
It's against the rules.
Yeah. Until Hone and Kraken say no more, I'm gonna go all in. I went all in on myself on on a Ludi stream that I was on. I made 60,000 points on betting on myself. Anyway.
So let's talk about that triple crab for a moment, right? Because they're bringing out the double crab from the splash, and then also the dualies for the triple crab, and then the T-Tech for the trip strike. Obviously, this is an extremely playing to the meta comp, but despite that, we saw the double bucket for the trip strike and the booyah on the side of Sonder. Obviously, those are going to be displacements for the crab. It's saying you're not finding value out of that crab that you spent so much time building. And then the wiper in addition for shredding these crabs. We're starting to see a little bit of a counter meta emerging, and Sonder very clearly taking the time to craft that out for themselves, because one does not simply just pop a whale, one does not simply just pop missiles and then that's used to counter the crab. These are active counters in which the players have to not only have the special or their main weapon on hand, but then use it correctly in order to displace that crab. Crab is as strong, don't get me wrong, don't at me.
Okay, I'm pulling up Twitter right now. Skepidillions.
As strong as a special as crab is, I mean, you do kind of have to take time away from the fight in order to build it. And then once you're popped crab, you can't play objective. You can't be gathering clams. You can't be locking pods. You can't be exchanging power clams or trading clams to form power clams. Particularly on Clam Blitz, it does cost you a lot of time, but I guess you could say that's low-level bias. My perspective, at least.
Well, I need to find the sunglass emoji tweet. Awesome.
You're unreal. Please. What?
Yeah. You know what? They're gonna hang that one in the museum. In a museum called a museum de Alfonsino. It's not the Louvre, not as fancy as the Louvre. I'd love to go to the Louvre, honestly, but that is not why we're here. That would be a bad place to have a Splat Zones game. Power on an E-Later. Really good E-Later. Let's see what they can get done. What the former world champion can get done.
Finally. Oh my gosh, we are finally, you know the game is broken when the former world champion that played Chargers is delegated to splash and crab duties. So I can't wait to see what Power does with this signature weapon in their hands.
Interesting fact, Power won the world champions on Heavy Spotlight.
Thank you for the ratio.
So that's just a funny thing, because Splatoon 2 motion controls were different than Splatoon 1 motion controls, so that's why Power swapped off of it. And swapped back to Charger immediately after learning how to play motion controls in the second game. Anyway, back to the actual match that's at hand. Sonder has his own, and they have control. And Henlo just threw a stamp.
I despise when wipers and machines play on that drop. It could just be so annoying to clear them out. And Henlo and Toast, they're continuing to hold that area. And in this spread over their lock of plat, basically saying you can't drop, is just so devastating. Look, Henro with the crab, exactly as described. That is what Wiper is meant to do in this meta.
0 with 0 value with another crab. But whoa, Henry is in, trying to go in, but Henlo says, no, I'm the better person with H in their name in this game. And also takes out Hunty, truly getting solidifying their dominance and being able to take another one. Are they going to find Power? No, they're going to get shut down by the little bit of that ledge. But oh my gosh, the zone, the QuantMum can't paint it. They just have an E-leader. And Sonder says, wow.
That's and Low, more like, no. Yeah, no, you're not getting that zone back. Oh my goodness, Genie. Surely, just, oh my gosh. Okay, Museum. Getting funny shaped hitboxes out of that left drop is just so annoying. And unless you have a bucket of your own, unless you have someone that can drop down and get the double, it's just how do you do it? And Sonder just said, you're not going to be able to get us out of your hair. That's a 100-0 push. On paper that shouldn't happen. Oh gosh, I want the replay code for that game, genuinely.
You can probably find it somewhere on the internet. They'll be eventually able to come.
I'll be rolling up to DMs and asking for it.
Yeah,
oh my gosh.
And unfortunately for QuantMum, or the more or less the latter half of Mum, this is the second time we've commentated a match of theirs in the past 2 weeks, and they haven't gotten a win. So they are going to be at our DMs tomorrow morning, Skep, saying that we should not commentate their matches.
Genie, listen, we should commentate their matches.
Wait, you want them to lose again?
No, I want them to win, and then we could gas them up.
Oh,
or, true. Reverse the curse.
Yo, reverse the curse.
I'm sorry, your mom.
Yeah.
We love you. You're beautiful.
And we do gas them up the whole time, but then that kind of happens. But yeah,
you know what?
Whoa, hold up. Scoreline update. Tempest and Pass 1 are tied 1-1. I did not think that scoreline would be like that at all.
I did not either. That's a little sweaty, honestly. Yeah, I expected Pass 1 to walk away with the clean 2-0, but Tempest saying you're not going to get that dub so easily, and honestly, with the way Sonder played and how we expected this match to play out, I'm almost wondering if that's what's going on with Tempest and Pass 1, and whether or not we're getting 2 upsets in Grand Finals.
Yeah, I'm looking at the scoreline here. I think Sonder's got a good chance on whoever they take on. But with that, we'll figure that one out after this break. And yeah, so that's what goes on when you get ratio. Oh, hi everybody, welcome back to SOS. I was just finishing up ratioing Skep, because Skep tried to ratio me on Twitter. But,
No,
you know,
I didn't. I would never, Genie. _7.
I don't know, Boeing just kind of decided to throw us in here. But you know what? That's okay. Grand Finals is here. Pass one, Sonder. Didn't expect to see these two teams in here, not gonna lie. But they both have played so darn well throughout the tournament that they've deserved to face off against each other in Grand Finals.
This is the storyline I'm seeing. Okay, bear with me. Pass 7 running that double splash comp. Very, very meta. Running their trip strike.
Hold on, let me get my notebook. Hold on.
Genie. Oh my god.
I'm ready.
Alright. Pause 1 running this meta double crab comp. Alright. Then we have Sonder in the previous game against QuantMum, showing what their anti-crab comp could do, running their buckets, running their wipers, and really playing off of that object shredder, playing off of those funny hitboxes. Okay. People like complained in the last patch. They were like, oh my god, they did nothing to Splash. Like, we're all screwed. Nintendo's not gonna listen to us. And then we had some people being like, wait, guys, like, what if we just had a brain cell? And like, that's what I see Sonder doing, right? They have their strategies for taking down Crab, which is obviously incredibly dominant right now, and we saw them do that last round against some of the best players in the West. So the question for me is, can they do it again?
I feel like they have an opportunity. But I'm worried, because any map to start off a series, the Scorch Gorge Remake can go any way. Whenever we're on the mic, Skep, this map always seems to be explosive, energetic, and exciting. The number of times it hasn't been energetic and exciting is, actually I have notes on it, is 4. And we've commentated this match 16 times. 4
Have we
times
really?
it hasn't been exciting.
That's a 75% excitement ratio.
Successfully ratioed by excitement.
You know, Grand Finals, we know a little bit about what we're going to expect, because Jeannie, you and I have both seen both of these teams on stream. I'm excited because there was a little bit of Twitter drama from QuantMum. It was Power that tweeted that they let Sonder win so that Hunty could get her dominoes.
That was zero.
Zero. That was zero tweeting. I'm sorry, Power.
Yeah, that would make sense. I think that would make sense because of the timing of the tweet and when the match happened. I'm not fully sure. I didn't see Hunty stop playing at any point in time, but I hope she's filled.
I hope she's getting her dominoes. So Rainmaker Gorge. I love funny hitboxes, as you probably know.
You play Blob, so you do like funny hitboxes.
So, like here, like honestly, like if Sonder brings out V-Bucket, like that would make me very happy. Because you have the Suction Bomb, and then you have Trip Strike, which has been buffed. It's obviously very good right now, and like...
Wait, pause, V-Bucket doesn't have Suck. V-Bucket and 2 had Suck.
Am I hallucinating?
It has Bomb. It has the same set as T-Tech.
Oh my god, well still, that's good for Rainmaker.
I was just saying, Spot Bomb, Suction Bomb, Trip Strike with how much damage it can do to the Rainmaker shield. It's like what Bomb Rush used to be, because it's no longer.
Okay, so forgive my hallucinations. It's late.
I'm not. You don't have anyone here that's coaching you. What?
So you know, it has the Trip Strike. I'm very much looking forward to that. Also, Crab is just so annoying here. You pop Crab on elbow behind the fish to get the repop at that first checkpoint, the right one. Or the left one even, you pop it top mid. You get the Crab up onto their snipe, pop it, pre-fire their right. Like, Crab can just be so oppressive here. Obviously, I expect to see that come out from the side of Pass 1, and that we do. We have the machine for the Booyah, we have the T-Tech for the Trip Strike. Literally, like, same stuff, different day. And on the side of Sonder, we are seeing this little bit of this quirk, mainly with the Wiper. Not as quirky as we were seeing last round, honestly.
First pop going to Sonder in this grand finals, SOS 97. First map is all so important. Neither team wants to give up an inch, and both teams have seemed to have been losing members. The past one are coming out on top. They're going to be going for this Rainmaker as Scrub is backing off to the hills, saving onto that crab tank.
We can see Pass 1 is going to break this first checkpoint, but very quickly shut down by that crab on the top right. Sonder, for now, maintaining control of their own core and getting the repop. Are they going to opt to let this reset? Looks like it, because the remaining members of Pass 1 are just marinating on that right side.
And they're gonna pop that Stamper, trying to find something. No, they can't. Bib is gonna have that crab tank. Tri-Strike is also out from the rest of the members of Sonder. They're trying to take out the members of Pass 1. 2 members are gone, but that's not a trade. 2v2 trade. Who's gonna come out on top? Trip Strikes are coming out. The Rainmaker is still in neutral. Zach going around for a flank on Toast. Can they find the spots? No, they can't. They're gonna be taken out by that Torpedo. Good opportunity for Sonder to push.
Excellent opportunity, but Toast here caught up in mid, and Sonder very quickly losing all the wind from their sails from a triple or double from BB as Pot takes this fish and extends their lead here, getting it all the way below 30 remaining. That is a dominant lead for so early in the game.
That push is good, but it's not all the way to that wall on the right side. 3 down on the side of Pass 1. There's still opportunities for Sonder to have a really, actually kind of almost safe push to their spawn, quote unquote, and still get a lot of points as Brand is being forced so heavily back.
Sonder having the quad specials online for when they choose the push. They do lose the Wiper. They do lose the machine. That's 2 down on either side. However, Sonder having some mid presence here, but they're going to need to grab this fish and get past Bran in this elbow. The crab here extending his life as Scrub pushes up, paints the pedestal, goes down in the process, but they have the Trip Strike here. They break this second checkpoint, the first checkpoint, Genie.
This is going to be good. Birch is going to be trying to pop that Rainmaker. They've got Trip Strikes out. Are they going to grab the Rainmaker? The Trip Strikes. It would be good if they can get those to the top right and hold on to the Trip Strikes. They're going to be popping them now. This is good. Scrub's going in. They're going to get stopped down at 37. If this Rainmaker pop comes in from Henlo, and they will with that Stamper, how much more can they get done with it? They're trying to go in with this Rainmaker. Birch not able to find Phoebe. Phoebe comes in. Toast goes forward and can't get any more points. And Wipeout coming in for Pass 1.
The pin from Bran on that top left side in order to be able to shut down Sonder's splash. Just absolutely devastating and halting to that push. You could see that they had their lineups. They had the Trip Strike ready to go. Just the wrong pick at the right time, leading to Sonder's push dissolving right in front of them. And now, ever so quickly, they are finding Pass 1 all the way up in their spawn once again, staring down the barrel of that Rainmaker.
There goes Scrub with that crab tank. Gonna force the members of Pass 1 all the way back, and they're gonna take out 1. But here goes Hack with that Trizuka. Sorry, not Trizuka, Triple Strike. They're gonna take it out though and wipe out. Sonder grabbing the Rainmaker on the side. That is Scrub grabbing the Rainmaker, and here they go, trying to get all the way down to 25.
They get the fish into that elbow, and they know where the members of Pass 1 are going to be. They know they're going to be coming from that spawn because of quickly they were able to get this going. The Booyah comes out from unaware. Oh,
Triple Strike is in coming out, but it's a little bit too early. Can Birch find any more? And no, the camp from the members of Sonder. The Rainmaker is trying to be popped in the side of Pass 1, and that will be good because Sonder is so far back in the spawn.
Oh, what a breathless push there from Sonder, and how quickly it fizzled out due to the plays from Pass 1. We can see that they do have this crab ready to go. It is popped. At this point, the name of the game for Pass 1 is keeping Sonder out of their elbow. They know that Sonder can be devastating with these pushes. They just need to keep them out.
Oh, and that's 3 down. Just Birch. They're going to be trying to find their way to the exit. They're going to actually have a teammate jump to them. Not going to be able to punish any of the people camping their teammates jump.
Here we are in the final 30 seconds of the game, and Pass 1 is in control of the Rainmaker. Sonder needs to get these picks, and they need to get them now, because if they don't, they're not going to have an opportunity to be able to push. That's 3 down on the side of Pass 1, and this is their final chance.
BB's going to try and find their way out. They actually get Scrub on their way down. That's crazy. And they're going to be looking for Toast as well. Forced in this corner, going to be jumping out. Not quite able to get out in time, though. 10 seconds on the clock.
10 seconds on the clock, but Sonder has 2 specials left online, and there are 2 members down on the side of Pass 1. They do have to get the fish all the way across the mid, but Bran coming in and getting the drop on that Rainmaker, shutting down overtime before it could hardly begin.
I will add that game into the tally of Genie and Skep commentating Scorch Gorge together. and the game was exciting.
It was. I was not expecting nearly that many wipeouts. It was just one wipeout, another wipeout. It was clean on both sides. You can see that both teams had intention and how they were playing. There was never a point where I felt like either team was getting disrespected. You know, it was coordinated. It was beautiful, and that's another one for the VOD review session. If you're looking for some Rainmaker Gorge games, please upload your replay codes into SMS replays. I beg.
Who uploads replay codes anyway? I have to bag people, and I've gotten 2 replay codes. I'm so happy, but you know what? That's okay. I like watching replay codes with people. It's very, very, very exciting. Please post them on Twitter.
Please do.
Yeah.
Especially if you're this good.
Wow. Yeah.
You know, they're great.
Yeah. Mako Clamblitz, a phenomenal map mode combination. It just seems enjoyable to watch, while also be able to play in, because it doesn't feel like it's super lockout heavy, where you're just like iron walled and can never get in. Both teams usually have an opportunity to push, and pushes can go super snowballing out of control, where no lead has ever been safe.
It's so for me, I think Mako Mart's a very funny map mode. Funny in the way that it makes me want to cry, but also it makes me laugh. So like typically like you just can't get wiped, otherwise it's over, and that sucks. Don't get wiped. There's your lesson from Skep Daily TM. Don't get wiped on Mako Mart, especially on clams. Just because once a team gets under your freezer, the clam spawns are all in mid, especially if they have neurons and they're locking pods and they're way out of their own spawn and they're manipulating all of those clams to spawn in the mid. That just be so difficult. Thank goodness forbid a Tetris with Reef Slider gets into your street. Goodness forbid a crab is popped on your stack. Like, it's just, oh man, good luck. So don't get wiped, and I think both of these teams, neither of them are going to get wiped.
I think that's a bold-faced lie. I think one team's going to get wiped, and the other team's going to get a whole bunch of clams in the basket. So we'll stay on one side, and I'll stay on one side, you stay on the other. I don't know what is happening behind me, but I apologize if you guys can hear loud crinkling of paper in the background. That is Mason Cat, and he has found something.
So we're both being tortured by our cats this stream. That's so slay. Yeah. Is that a 96 gal from Unaware?
Yes.
Yes, goodness gracious.
It's amazing. I was gonna say I love 52 gal on this map, but you know what? 96 is here as well. It doesn't have its splash wall, which is a very good sub on this map, but it does have the gal tendencies of being able to miss all your shots until you hit 2.
You know what? Honestly, I'm really excited for that gal, because what is that gal gonna do? That's gonna shut down crab. That's gonna say, ooh, sorry, your crab on stack did what? Not today. And then they're gonna be able to push anyway. So I absolutely love that pick, and I hope to see it in action.
Yeah, but another cool matchup. Hello on that Wiper can just say, you know what? You have that vac. I'm gonna melee you to death and send you all the way back to spawn.
You know, and we don't see any clams exchanging hands. We don't see any clams being formed in order to be able to dunk here. So this is, at this point, this is just a battle royale for mid. And look at the members of Sonder ganging up on that poor Splash BB just up in that street. But despite that scrap, Pass 1 is the team that comes out in control here. They need to be able to find clams. They need to be able to get them quickly, because now is their moment to score, and they've already taken too long.
Okay, well, excuse me, Pass 1. You had a wipeout. Every single member of Sonder were gone, and you did not make a power clam until they were all respawned and have crab tank at the right.
Look at the back, oh, but the back is shut down by the wiper, and that, how quickly we could see Pass 1 not taking their opportunity in order to be able to get that dunk, and losing it in the process. Brand ganged up in a corner here, does get picked as well. So can Sonder take the lesson that they learned from Pass 1's slowness and stillness in order to be able to dunk here?
And Unaware able to land those shots with the 96 scale, finding Henlo with that wiper. Sonder was able to get a little bit of a score, but Pass 1, they're coming back in, trying to shut this down. The rest of the members of Sonder, though, are scrapping it out. The jumps are coming in, and they put the Uno reverse card on the members of Pass 1. Oh my goodness.
Sonder just holding on to their space and their breath in mid here. They do have enough clams in order to be able to begin another push. They also have that crab and that trip strike ready to go, and Pos 1 has nothing to show for it on their way out of spawn. Everything coming out. Is Sonder going to be able to dunk here? They have to deal with this crab. Yes, Birch lands the dunk, extending their lead here. Hey, getting another clam in there from right underneath the members of Pos 1.
No shot! No shot! Pos 1 just let the Sonder miss a power climb and say, yeah, they're not gonna come and get it. And then they let them score it. What? I don't know what is happening to Pos 1 in this game, but it's not good.
You know, honestly, I'm a bit bewildered myself, but it's 2 minutes left in the game and anything could happen. We do see Sonder perhaps getting a little bit overzealous because Pos 1 has such great control here. We see Unaware getting this pick on Scrub, 2 members of Pos going down. Are we gonna finally see a counter push from Pos?
I think we are. This is getting Unaware with that back, but they see the wiper. They see that the wiper's coming. They're coming to the team. I need help. I don't want to get meleeed to death by the wiper, and they do. Unfortunately, the teammate goes down in that situation, and the rest of the members of Sonder are being backed up. But past 1, they've lost everybody, and they've lost their clam.
They've lost their clams and their maidens, Genie. But here we go with another power clam from Sonder. This one alone is not going to be able to, enough to extend their lead, but they are going to be able to find those clams quickly. This is Makomar after all. And here we go. Below 30 remaining. That is deep with a minute left in this game and Pos 2 in spawn.
Just need one more set of clams, and here they come.
Here we go.
Toast has got the 1, 2, 3. Wait, no! Misses one. But their teammate gets it. Wow.
You can see the teammate on Snipe having those clams. Whoever was wearing those beautiful goggles up on Snipe landing that last clam in a 1-1 best of 5 set here in SOS Grand Finals. Can you believe it?
What I can't believe is how you were saying that the wipeout, whoever gets a wipeout can really get a good push. The team that got a wipeout in their favor was past 1. What did they not do? Have a good push. Have anything remotely of a push. Sonder punished every single mistake that past 1 made. And past 1 made a million mistakes.
There's, oh gosh, I don't know how deep I can cut here, Genie. Clams?
Clams?
How much of our community actually knows clams?
Nobody. I watched my team in a
Apparently.
Ludi set on Clan Blitz Mako. I know I've got one of my teammates in chat. I'm gonna call them out. They played like a bunch of blanks and didn't know how to make power clan. They had 2 wipeouts and couldn't find a way to push. They decided to sub out the only person on the team that knows how to make a power clan on the team. Put him on the bench. And they proceeded to win that game only because Shinx got 25 kills.
They played like a bunch of Octoling boys.
They played like a bunch of Octoling boys. With a little like, single strand of Inkling or Octoling tentacle.
Honestly, I'm sure that these people can 1v4 me. Like, totally, don't get me wrong. But that being said, I think there's just I mean, in my opinion, Clan Blitz Makomar, fundamentally, you get a wipey push. But obviously Splat Zones, Hagglefish, a very different game. With that last game, I do expect this set to be a lot more even than I initially expected.
I can tell you this right now. I bet you that every, like, elite top level member has played this map mode combination more than they played Clan Blitz.
Honestly, what I am most excited here for is the VDS. It's very wiggly. I like that.
I like it because it's wiggly. You like Wiggler?
Yes, I don't know what you're talking about, but I like VDS because it's wiggly. And we can see it on the side of Pos 1, so rooting for them.
I was the Super Mario guy, but you know, that's another story for another time. Sonder, they're going in, they're finding a space. Weebom going out, the members of Pos 1 are falling, but this is going to be a trading situation. Ryan able to get 2, I believe they were able to get 3 in that fight at the end with that crab tank. They're going to be forced back by Toast on that machine. They're trying to go in, trying to find the shots with the splash, not able to connect them. They're going to be forced so far back, dodging and dipping and weaving and bobbing, and they somehow get away with their life.
I cannot believe that Brand got out of that alive. Absolutely incredible, using the smallest amount of ink in order to squid search and roll, and then get back and probably with this double crab combination. addition, they're unable to cap zone, which is absolutely phenomenal. Sonder also having that trip strike ready to go in order to be able to neutralize any sort of attempt of Pass 1 in order to be able to push back in here. The zone getting dangerously close to neutral, and there it does. Finally, Pass 1 able to cap the zone, but Scrub here in a 1v2 does get taken out by both Bran and BB. So, Pass 1 now finally able to set themselves up for some sort of semblance of a defense of their lock and hold of zone here.
And that's going to be Bran popping a crab early. Gives them a lot of space. Are they going to follow up with that with any of their team members going up? No, they're just going to Sonder stay back and play it out. BB as well has another crab. This has cost so much time and so much delay. We need some more specials on the side of Pass 1 if they're going to be able to survive this onslaught.
All 4 of those specials do come out online. Finally, the hammer comes out. We can see that one member of Pass 1 is out. Make that 2. Sonder very quickly here going to be able to get into the zone and get this cap. Oh, absolutely, they are capping that zone. And now they're going to be able to work their way up. That Wavebreaker very quickly being shredded. Sonder showing how comfortable a lead of 10 remaining can make them on those retakes.
Yeah, they ended up getting that zone, but now at what cost? Unaware comes in, rolls in, goes wiggly, goes woggly, gets 2, helps their team get back in. And Pass 1, they've got a good lock-up hold here with the crabs that they can do the stall tactic again.
And whoever wins this game does have the momentum for the rest of the set. Whoever wins this game is set up in match point. They can start to feel comfortable. We do see Pass 1 burning through those specials. Is Sonder going to wait for all 4 of theirs once again in order to be able to re-engage? There we go. Yes, they are. We can see all 3 of those specials coming out online, including the crab, all of that being chucked at the zone. It does get the retake. Sonder burning everything in their tank in order to be able to get this recap here, but not enough to get their bodies where that zone can be defended.
It's a dangerous game for Sonder to play, because if they do that again, with how the clock has been running, that will not be in their favor. They need a clean fight, and they need a clean fight quickly. And it's looking good. They've got 1 up advantage, they got 2 up advantage, and they got their specials coming out. This is their opportunity to cause that lockout hold.
It is. They have that stamp ready to go. They have that crap, and they're working their way up to the remainder of their 4 specials. They very clearly and very telegraphically love to play around all 4 of those specials. Look at that beautiful yeet in order to be able to shut down that crab unaware. Caught here on this left side, but no, we can see the members of Pass 1 trading that out. No, Sonder flips it around once again. We are in the final moments of this game, Genie.
Final moments are very, very, very close. Here we go. What can Pass 1 do to get back in the zone? They have a crab tank. Bran's going to use it, but they go down to the torpedo. Can Pass 1 get in the zone? Looking very dangerous. Can they get it? No, they can't. Sonder holds on, and they put themselves on match point in this grand finals.
That, honestly, I'm flabbergasted. Just the initial success of that lock and hold from Sonder, and then the two successful re-engages for the cap, but unsuccessful retakes. Obviously, you can cap the zone, but there's a difference between capping the zone and taking the zone. Taking the zone means having your body in front of it, means being able to shut down opponent offense, means that the opponent is not able to immediately recap and take that objective. Sonder failed that twice. They did buy themselves times, but every single time that they tried to re-engage that and tried to push forward with a wave of momentum, they found themselves stopped, except for that one final last time, and they always did it with all 4 specials. That's a very dangerous and risky game because anything can go wrong. You do have to play very safe. You do have to wait for your moment. You do have to communicate with your teammates. Absolutely stunning teamwork there from Sonder in order to be able to take that game. Oh me, oh my.
Wow. Tower control, eel, tail, alley. This is where Sonder can solidify themselves as a victor. I don't know if this is for the first time, but if it has, I know it would be the first time in this game for sure.
I cannot honestly recall whether or not Sonder has won an SOS in Splatoon 2, but I can say with a good degree of certainty that they have not won in Splatoon 3. Let alone taking this set in particular against such talented players is one for the Twitter bios. But they have to get through this last game in order to be able to do it. Otherwise, they're going to be an extremely sweaty grand finals best of 5.
Yeah, no one wants to go to an Undertow, a Rainmaker. That place is
No.
Gringy and grimy. No one wants to go there for a game 5. A little bit
Plenty
nicer.
of cheese.
Yeah. plenty of cheese. And Scrub, that crab tank early, is unaware, sleeping, and more space has been created for Sonder.
And look, we can see that Scrub pushes up here, does successfully shred that crab. That's a lot of value lost from Zach. Scrub losing this 1v1, however, to Unaware after getting that pick. We do see that Sonder has cleared that first checkpoint, that first checkpoint is not worth much. Pas1 very quickly going to be able to clear that first checkpoint in retaliation and take a lot of forward presence here.
Good space from Unaware on this left side. It forced the members of Sonder to hold back, and Brand, good crab. Gonna get shredded though by Henlo on this right side. Very crazy plays from Henlo, but they're gonna be looking to be punished here by the members of Pas1.
Regardless, we do see Sonder having man advantage right now, right? They're also working their way up. They have control of mid. Look at this beautiful chip being applied by Henro as one of those crabs does come out on that top left. But the members are all beneath you. Everyone that you need to be shooting at is underneath you. And we can see Pas1 dropping very quickly. It's just BB left. It's Splash v Splash, and Scrub wins that.
Yeah, Scrub wins that. Feeling it. The members of Sonder, all four of them, they're playing so well. Scrub, they're looking to push up with their crab on the right side. Sees Zach, sees Unaware, sees BB, trying to punish all three of them at the same time. They're trying to take a little bit too much to chew. Their crab is gonna be punished. But will their teammates be punished on the side of Pas1 by this Booyah Bomb tri-strike? And they completely will.
This is the second checkpoint, and at this point of particularly TC Eeltail, once you have this momentum past the second checkpoint, it becomes such a heavy snowbally attacker-sided map. It is Museum Clams, but significantly worse. They have that clab ready to go. They do pop that, putting up so much pressure on their opponent's plat. It just, all these specials burning at once.
Oh my goodness, and Pas1, they're just getting shredded left, right, and center. What can Brand do? Brand's down in the corner on the low ground, has no space to work with. Henlo's on this top right. What can Pas1 do to get back in here? Sonder, they're putting up a phenomenal offense. Booyah Bomb in a celebration with a stamper, with the tri-strike, and that's going to be game, set, and tournament. Sonder are your SOS 97 champions.
This is an outcome. This was a set. What a phenomenal victory in game one from Pas1. But after that point, Sonder just refusing to relent, starting with that Mako Clams game. They said you can take us on Rainmaker Scorch, and it was, don't forget, Rainmaker Scorch was wipe after wipe after wipe. But once Sonder had that momentum on Mako Clams, once they got that confidence and said, oh, absolutely, we can do this, that we KO'd them. And then to go around the Splat Zone Hagglefish and in the play calm, collected, communicate with their team. And you could see that in TC Eeltail, where especially once they had all those jumps into the tower and just said, let's keep going. Scrub, you can win this. And it just bringing it all the way to the second KO of that game, of this set.
That was phenomenal ending push. It just seemed like Pas1 didn't know where to move, didn't know where to go, and every single time that they thought they had an idea where they wanted to go, Sonder said, "Nah, have a Splat Bomb, or have a Stamper, have a Booyah, have a Tri-Strike, have a Crab Tank, have anything that we have at our disposal, have a Burst Bomb, have maybe just even a Splatoon Wiper just come up and wipe you off the floor, wipe you off the map, wipe you out of the tournament."
And if I can have this moment, anti-crab wins, right? You know, granted, like, Sonder was still running a crab, but the rest of their comp, and especially in the previous set, was very built around how do we counter crabs. And we saw that with the Wiper, and Wiper, this very emergent anti-crab weapon, especially with Object Shredder, really showing its worth and showing its utility. It's a very high skill curve weapon. So players that picked that up at the start of Splatoon 3 are really now starting to show just how much damage they can do with it. Phenomenal play there.
Was that a call out to me, who's been just playing QR, Wiper, and Turf War, just trying to learn how to play the Wiper?
I didn't know that you've been playing QR Wiper, but I'm proud of you, bestie.
There's a Twitter post out there where me going 1-in-16 with our weapon.
It's 1-in-16?
It might have been Splat Charger, but you know, it's another story for another time. Alcohol.
Oh my, Genie! Alright, before Genie gets us in any trouble with our lovely TOs, that's gonna be it for us for the night. Genie, Other than the bar, where can the good people find you?
Maybe they might be able to find me here this Sunday. Saturday. I'm playing Ludi Sunday. Saturday. On SAC. I was gonna say SOS. SAC Tournament 3. We had our lovely podcast on Monday. We're gonna have a little bit of a break. I know we had SAC last weekend. We're having it again this weekend because we got a lot of tournaments coming around the corner. But with that,
you can also find us possibly on Sunday on Ludi tonight with the Div 1 match. Sorry, Jeannie, I haven't told you about that yet.
No, I know it. I have to figure out. Merlin, when's our Ludi game? The Merlin Wizard guy in chat's gonna tell me he's our team captain on Ludi game, so that I know if I can commentate Ludi tonight on Sunday.
My name is Skepadillions. You can find me on Twitter and Twitch at Skepadillions, as was seen on screen, and I hope you all have a lovely night. Thank you for tuning into SOS. We will see you next week. Until then, stay fresh.